the lewd head honcho, rubbing on crude, walking nude in a poncho. Mic check, snap a neck in the Congo, banging on my chest, yelling R.I.P. Fonzo. You hear me yet? You side betting Lonzo? I hit my point, I was bugging like Gonzo. You called the house peppercine by your side yet? You wanna catch rep, but you ain't found a time yet. Pump, you faking, you ain't making bacon. Still saying why I salam alaikum. Hit me on the pager, call me Troy Aikman. Oops, I'm an iPhone, must have been mistaken. Pop before they get drunk, cry alone. Put a jammy to your dome, put a trigger dial on. No sympathy for whack ducks or rap clones. It's a cold, harsh world, make it hurt, get gone.
Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Let's go. Coming at you early and often, don't care what you're offering. You'll be laid in a coffin, deadline. Stepping to me, landmine. Money Mayweather, yeah, I land mine. Showtime. This ain't the Apollo, the leader to follow. Y'all wish you could bottle genie. Rub me the wrong way for you. Be a long day. Mayday, Mayday. Get it on the same day delivery. Back on some, remember me? Learn firsthand, misery love company. Better think twice when you come for me. Gonna need more than a bed to company. I apply y'all the melody. Rockabye, baby, there's no recovery. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on.
About to make it chill like Freon. About to make it hurt, getting litty in the ER. KLOK, compadre with Puerto Rico. I'm the cheat code, figure, get my cheat on. Watch for the setup, get you bent like the limbo. Right at the top of the intro, I'm Kimbo. Strike like Mike in his prime, get in an endo. Bow like a Lou with a limp, but not a pimp though. Riddle me this or riddle me that. You take a guess, figure me dope or figure me whack. And I'ma flex like a train when I'm riding the track. Make a noise, clickety clack, as simple as that. Know that I'm nice, I'm keeping stitch. Tell like wop wop, get with the dry ass dick. Fly ass man, I stay in the air when I spit. Put a stamp on the stitch, bang it up in the whip. Hit.
Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on.
Check this bitch, I still ain't rich, but fuck it. I still don't take no shit or duck it. I still rock Timbs and buckets. Don't forget I'm still classic, like hash press and acid bites. Double wrap like gifts under plastic Christmas lights. I don't still go get Brazilian magics or bricks. I still got fam on 26, but police no longer follow my whip. I don't still sell packets to the magics cause they taking flicks. I had to quit because my little baby Nicks needed daddy at home badly, not with a cracked dome. Begin red foam on a central book and pay phone. I've grown as a human being, started freeing up a lot of anger. Stop always reaching for the danger banker. See, I changed to less dissing, no riffing. Now when rappers talk, I just listen. Still I love the glisten. Mr. Cypher still gets me hyper. That's why I decree 2 out of 3 of these tigers needs diapers. Cause they shysters, for the cash they get blinded. So they brash ass in the flash, too many label staff that finds it. By legalities and math they bind it. This crime skits forever, redefined from me. I drop my records independently. Look, headlock,
I choke party rebels.
headlock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke party rebels.
headlock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob. I still don't like pussy shit. Forgive me. I told niggas CDs like Frisbee. Co-smack MCs, I'm a grizzly. Bad bitches in the back like who is he? It's Chuck B, the OG. 50 points on your ass like Kobe. 50 joints in my pocket like Smokey. Don't make me turn back to the old me. Don't act like you niggas ain't know me. You been drinking that tea, so be. Better turn and back away slowly. Better act like you know it, turn holy. Brody, I'm like Homeland Avenger. Make niggas look scarier than Cringer. Scaredy cat, holy but Jesus. 3 racks on sneakers like Yeezers. 3 freaks on the speakers like Squeeze Us. 3 fakes in my face like Please Us. Eat cake or eat sawdust. Beat your feet and act like you never saw us. Sing the chorus.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knob. Head rock.
Barney
Head
Rubbles.
rock. Head rock.
You might get your motherfucking
Straight rock. I still think the brakes was weak. I still freak raw beats, unique and concrete like ex-felons that'll gladly bail in and crack your melon. I'm still selling mixtapes overseas on the band. I still don't understand how these mumble mouth motherfuckers still got no plans beyond being fucking stands. Hot damn, my man, I ban dumb niggas cause I know I can, and the figures they're disasters that'll ask ya. Why don't you like me? And why the fuck you wanna fight me? Because to me, respect is more powerful than money and fame in this game. In a couple of years as a lame, don't take no brain, but 10 to 15, that's insane. That means you reign supreme without a scheme like a phony. Just a dream with your homie of traveling to Paris and getting that dome. Bring the chorus.
They'll make the beat bang.
Bedrock.
I choke Barney Rubbles.
Headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your mother.
No stopping us, 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 hey, 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 no stopping us, no stopping us, no stopping the wave when it rush.
Been sipping on the rosé, celebrating life, so thankful. Eat good, now I got a plate full. King size, new crib, grateful. KK grinded, did a race too. One shot, leave you with a facial. Pussy watermelon flavor, so tasteful. Eat it up, make sure you say your grace, boo. No phones or the boys might trace you. Coleon, move around like some good fellas. Came a long way from the hood fellas. My life blessed, so good fellas, yeah. My wife beautiful. Red carpet, killer like your funeral. New whip, old to us, but it's new to you. Proud of Kai, cause he really bought the level up. Shot fly, then you niggas do the double dutch. Stack money fan first when it come to us. Breaking up the weed, rolling up the Dutch. Say it's all love, but it's really lust. Florida, poolside, good weather. Yeah, no one does it better. Steak tips, lobster tails at the meeting. Shrimp fried rice, we eat different. Black on, wear my own shit. Coleon, we move different. Black bag like who missing? All black niggas on a crew mission. Champagne toast to the good life. Plan was to make it out the hood right. We celebrate all night. It'll feel that's full life.
No stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping we, no stopping we. No stopping K, no stopping T, no stopping T, no stopping T. No stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping we, no stopping we. No stopping K, no stopping T, hey, 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 hey. No stopping us, 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 hey, 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 hey. No stopping us, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping the wave when it rush. Oh man, damn it feel like a miracle that I'm out here living free of all the tentacles. You know, parole, probation, incarceration, baby mama drama, lame niggas hating. They locked and boxed me, but that didn't stop me. Give props to Poppy, your boy is top 3. Oh, it's not me. Step up if you try and get your rapper, but I promise I won't let up. 98 dropped my first record on vinyl. 05 my graffiti on the contract made it final. NY to MI, A on a monthly. Them guys who say I'm not hot as hella must be. Bust me, rob me, cuff me, still going. Stick around the vibe, about to be a real moment. I'm so locked into my purpose that I'll kill for it. Quote rock if they ever ask who did all this. No stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping we, no stopping we. No stopping K, no stopping T, no stopping T, no stopping T. No stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping we, no stopping we. No stopping K, no stopping T, no stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping K, no stopping T, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping me, no stopping we, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping K, no stopping T, no stopping the wave and it rush. Ay, 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 ay. No stopping us, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping us, no stopping us. Ay, ay, ay. No stopping us, no stopping us, no stopping us. No stopping the wave and it rush.
What's a day one? Somebody done seen you grow from day one. They know what you about from day one. We about that illness from day one.
I've been chasing hundreds since day one. Ain't nobody with me but my day ones. Haters gon' say that I'm faking, that I changed up, but they don't even know where I came from. If Big Bang take Lil Bang, I'm with it. Can't nobody see me through the fall, and they won't even hear me if I call. But they say Big Bang take Lil Bang.
We are American gods, prodigal beating the odds. Deal before the leader of Zod, like a Leo's true air, Superman's all pair, super hard like a stone rod. Walking the light bridge to Asgard. I ain't come this far to get charred. Broke out the squad, get your broke ass marred. Get barred from mumble rap. Get scarred or rumble back. Get hard or fumble black. Get jarred or humble that act. Retract and whack, hack your whack like he's called fat, and we crack the platinum plaques. Get slapped like Paula Abdul, dancing in slacks with a backpack. Nigga, you scat cat, nigga, you dumb whack. Tapping gas with a thumbtack, strapping on a fanny pack. On the way to getting good old granny a 20 sack. Now Roger and the rerun the rent, what's up with that? Nigga, you Jack Black, school of rock with no band in the back. You only fuck with kids, but I'm a grown man. In fact, your commander's back, homeland is back. The laser off your nut sacks, y'all suck ash cans. Fuck niggas hold a hand like Stan. Who you earn your birth? Put the shirt back on, get the fuck back to work.
Had truth to spit and y'all put me up on a crucifix. Young lunatic, arm, leg, head, dead, yeah, still I maneuvered it. Fuck what they say about the hooligan. Pops told me give you the work, but who moving it? Black shit hit different like white, that's Peruvian. I cannot lose again, gotta provide for my family, my crew again. No, you cannot be my queen unless you Nubian. Knew me in culture, hard as the rock of Gibraltar. Make me wanna go to the altar and never falter. Only split to divided and conquer. Gotta get rich off this shit for my mama. Thought I had told you that I am the problem, nigga. Yeah, I'm a winner, but still from the city of sinners and killers like Sodom, nigga. Who the fuck came from the bottom, nigga? Who the fuck think they can stop him? Who the fuck think that's an option? I don't like shit since Obama. I fuck the world and I pound the fuck is a condom. This type of shit is uncommon. Of course you and all this is awesome, and I'm the best rapper alive. I'm so out of this world, you can call me a Martian. Got it? Phone home, stone cold, homegrown, hard one. Son of a gun or a godson. Y'all done. Prodigal.
I've been chasing hundreds since day one. Ain't nobody with me but my day ones. Haters gon' say that I'm faking, that I changed say big bang, take little bang.
Check this bitch, I still ain't rich, but fuck it. I still don't take no shit or duck it. I still rock Timbs and buckets. Don't forget I'm still classic, like ass pressing as it bites. Double wrap like gifts under plastic Christmas lights. I don't still go get Brazilian magics or bricks. I still got fam on 26, but police no longer follow my whip. I don't still sell packets to the maggots cause they taking flicks. I had to quit because my little baby Nicks needed daddy at home badly, not with a cracked dome. Being red foam on a central book and pay phone. I've grown as a human being, started freeing up a lot of anger. Stopped always reaching for the danger banker. See, I changed to less dissing, no riffing. Now when rappers talk, I just listen. Still I love the glisten. Mr. Cypher still gets me hyper. That's why I decree 2 out of 3 of these tigers needs diapers. Cause they shysters, for the cash they get blinded. So they brash ass in the flash, too many label staff that finds it. By legalities and math they bind it. This crime skits forever, redefined for me. I drop my records independently. Look, headlock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
headlock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
headlock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
headlock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
headlock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
headlock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
headlock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
headlock.
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
Head knock. I still don't like pussy shit. Forgive me. I told niggas CDs like Frisbee. Co-smack MCs, I'm a grizzly. Bad bitches in the back like who is he? It's Chuck B, the OG. 50 points on your ass like Kobe. 50 joints in my pocket like Smokey. Don't make me turn back to the old me. Don't act like you niggas ain't know me. You been drinking that tea, so be. Better turn and back away slowly. Better act like you know it, turn holy. Brody, I'm like Homeland Avenger. Make niggas look scarier than Cringer. Scaredy cat, holy but Jesus. 3 racks on sneakers like Yeezers. 3 freaks on the speakers like Squeeze Us. 3 fakes in my face like Please Us. Eat cake or eat sawdust. Beat your feet and act like you never saw us. Sing the chorus.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock, head rock,
Barney
head
Rebels.
rock, head rock.
You might get your motherfucking
Straight rock. I still think the brakes was weak. I still freak raw beats, unique and concrete like ex-felons that'll gladly bail in and crack your melon. I'm still selling mixtapes overseas on the band. I still don't understand how these mumble mouth motherfuckers still got no plans beyond being fucking stands. Hot damn, my man, I ban dumb niggas cause I know I can, and the figures they're disasters. That'll ask ya, why don't you like me? And why the fuck you wanna fight me? Because to be respect is more powerful than money and fame in this game. In a couple of years as a lame, don't take no brain, but 10 to 15, that's insane. That means you reign supreme without a scheme like a phony. Just a dream with your homie of traveling to Paris and getting that dome. Bring the chorus.
They'll make the beat bang.
Head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make the beat bang.
head rock,
I choke Barney Rebels.
head lock,
And if you wear Fred Flintstones, you might get your motherfucking
head knock,
They'll make.
head rock.
Cowabunga dude, I'm the lewd head honcho. Rubbing on crude, walking nude in a poncho. Mic check, snap a neck in the Congo. Banging on my chest, yelling R.I.P. Fonzo. You hear me yet? You side betting Lonzo. I hit my point, I was bugging like Gonzo. You caught the house, pepper machine by your side yet. You wanna catch rep, but you ain't found a time yet. Pump, you faking, you ain't making bacon. Still saying why Assalamu alaikum. Hit me on the pager, call me Troy Aikman. Oops, I'm an iPhone, must have been mistaken. Papa 40, get drunk, cry alone. Put a jemmy to your dome, put a trigger dial on. No sympathy for whack ducks or rap clones. It's a cold, harsh world, make it hurt, get gone.
Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it hurt? Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, could we make it
recovery. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on.
About to make it chill like Freon. About to make it hurt, getting litty in the ER. Kalo K, compadre with Puerto Rico. I'm the cheat code, figure, get my cheat on. Watch for the setup, get you bent like the limbo. Right at the top of the intro, I'm Kimbo. Strike like Mike in his prime, get in an imbro. Bow like a Lou with a limp, but not a pimp though. Riddle me this or riddle me that. You take a guess, figure me dope or figure me whack. And I'ma flex like a train when I'm riding the track. Make a noise, clickety clack, as simple as that. Know that I'm nice, I'm keeping stitch. Tell like wop wop, get with the dry ass dip. Fly ass man, I stay in the air when I spit. Put a stamp on the stitch, bang it up in the whip. Hit.
Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on. Better be alert when we come to work, cause we make it hurt. Come on.
Yo. Make sure this other camera's on. We freeze, man? Is that no video or no sound? We got it, Shauna. I think we got sound now. Now we just need the video.
Can they hear us? Are we live?
Y'all hear us?
Check y'all phones. We here, baby. We here. Clash the podcast. Better late than never. The best shows we do be the late shows. 8:40 start. We appreciate y'all being here.
Oh, no, we're moving on Facebook.
Check.
You gotta do your thing right.
Yeah, we here.
Shauna in the building. Hey, yo.
Now we moving to this though.
We look.
We good.
Bag up.
We gonna do a check.
Doing a check.
Do y'all see TJ?
Shauna said it's on. Word. Why can't we see the camera?
Gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me. There's nothing going on but the bricks. Oh.
Yo, I appreciate everybody that's here.
All right, boom.
Words.
I'm in here.
Chips on.
Everybody's in the building. My name is Charles Brown. I'm gonna edit all this.
And then we live, bro.
I know, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna edit all this. And we're gonna resend it out next. We're gonna do it.
YouTube.
Hey, tap in.
My name, say my name.
If y'all can hear it, let us know. What up, Shauna? Shauna in the building. We gotta get going, man. Technical difficulties. The best shows are the shows where we late. What we sound like? Super shout out, Shauna. Super shout out. Super shout out. Shauna in the building. Nicole in the building. Super shout out. Super shout out. Super shout out.
Word.
We gotta have some fun, bro. We gotta go look. Patricia, I didn't see her name in there. Patricia in the building. Super shout out. Super shout out.
Patricia. Thank you for coming through Saturday.
Listen,
Sir.
Veronica's in the
Patricia.
building.
What up, everybody? What up? What up?
Shout out Veronica.
what it look like out there? What it look like out there? How we sound? How we sound? Super
Like
shout out.
your baby mama.
I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. We can't see the cameras.
Marvin.
TJ is here,
You can see on your phone, I told you. They see we good. We just can't see.
but we done had
You on YouTube, right?
shots of screwball. While y'all waited,
We got more shots.
we had shots of screwball. I had a couple. What you gave me? Some Belvedere,
Yeah, some Bel Air.
some Bel Air.
We looking for a sponsor, Bel Air, by the way.
Yeah. I know y'all saw everybody's video earlier,
But mine.
but Dante video.
Oh, actually, that is my video. Yeah, alert.
But this is what we're doing. We appreciate y'all for joining the team, right? We're going to have one of the best shows we ever had. You know why? We're going to talk about some real hip hop tonight. Tonight. And this is what we're going to start it with.
Yeah, that's work.
This is what we're going to start it with. This is more something that I care about than anybody else in the room.
What we talking about?
We're talking about this.
I knew it when he said that
Yo.
last statement.
That's crazy.
This we talking about Timberland and Swizz Beats.
I never understood why they sold it, right? Am I correct?
Yes. So let me tell the people what's going on. I'm gonna tell the people what's going on, TJ. And then we're gonna talk about it. So these two people that's on your screen right now, Timberland and Swizz Beats, they have a lawsuit against Triller, which is a
This is Triller.
which is a service that does fights, and they have a TikTok type of service, right? And what they do is put on different events, and they have a paywall for you to purchase those events. Verzuz, everybody knows Verzuz was free. How many Verzuz can y'all name? You had
Big Daddy
Bone
Kane
Thugs
and
and 3-6.
Bone Thug and 3-6.
yeah, Big Daddy Kane and
Big Daddy Kane and KRS.
yeah,
Fat Joe Jarrell.
Fat Joe Ja Rule.
Gucci Man and Jeezy.
Gucci Man and Jeezy.
It was
Omarion and Mario.
Is it Junior rated or who was it?
Yep, that was recent.
that was recent.
You had Sonics versus Cypress Hill.
Yeah,
You had Gladys Knight,
Gladys Knight and yeah,
Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
You had Earth, Wind, and Fire. And
Sea in the air.
Wait, no Gucci and Jeezy. Did we say Gucci and Jeezy?
I had Gucci and Jeezy.
All right.
And we had a bunch of verses, right?
Dipset, the famous one.
Dipset and Locks. Dipset and Locks.
They had a bunch of producers on
We
it.
had a bunch of producers. One we had
Obviously, Timbaland and Swiss.
Timbaland and Switch.
Yep.
We had Manny Fresh
Yeah,
versus Scott Storch.
yeah.
We had
T-Pain versus Lil Jon.
T-Pain versus Lil Jon.
Little Chris versus
So there was a bunch of great
Nelly.
verses.
Little Chris and Nelly.
Keisha Cole and Nelly.
Yeah, you didn't see that one?
Ashanti was
Keisha Cole.
Was it
It,
Keisha Cole?
it wasn't Ashanti. I think it was
I thought
I know Monica versus Brandy.
Yeah, Monica versus Brandy.
Monica was Keisha Cole.
Yeah, she did versus somebody. It might have been that one.
Was it
Was
Ashanti?
it Primo RZA? Shout out to Touch.
Touch won that hat. Touch, I got you. I'm gonna see that hat this week. Touch won that hat the very first game time last week. He did the very first game time and he won that question. That was last week. That was last week.
Next game time, we'll give him some Coleon.
Yeah, or whoever wins.
Or whoever wins.
Whoever wins.
Yeah.
But say that again to the camera.
Oh yeah, Coleon Coleon next time. Next time. I already know what it is. And I'm wearing it. Yeah.
So
Fly shirt.
what happened with Versus? Timbaland and Swiss Beats created Versus. They made it huge. During the pandemic, we were always watching Versus. My brother-in-law was putting it on the big screen. He was mirroring his phone, putting it on the big screen. Everybody in the house could watch it. On Instagram, for what? Free. For the bubble. They started getting sponsors. Right? They started paying. First two artists they paid was Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah.
Some people feel like the Jeezy and Gucci verses was the downfall of verses. They started paying artists.
Yeah.
And they started to make it bigger.
Farrar in the building. Shout out to Farrar.
What happened was it started getting money. Thriller comes in. They want to buy it. I said Thriller, it's Triller. I'm sorry.
I know, that's why.
Triller. Triller wants to buy it, right? Simple fact of the matter is, Triller's already in trouble financially. We didn't know that.
You know that before that?
We didn't. They must have knew. If you in the stock world, they knew. The people in the stock world knew. Triller's in trouble financially. Just found out Triller having trouble paying their own fighters. Paying them late. Right? Swizz Beast and Timbaland sit down with Triller. They're going to buy Versus. My problem with that is Versus is for the people. You can't charge for that. That's something that the people built up to make it what it is. You put all these people on D'Angelo, all these people got their numbers up and everything. This is something just like making Drink Champs interview young people.
Yeah.
Not that. Versus was for older crowd. We didn't name no young artists. Ain't been one young artist on there. But that's the culture.
You know what I think? As is, and it was money over once everything opened up, and they was doing the big venues. It was already money at the venues. So why trying to charge people watching it at home?
Right, but people are greedy by nature.
That's true.
Anything that you can tap in. Shout out to DJ. Anything that you can tap in, DJ Dog.
Oh, Trinidad is great. Okay.
Yeah, Jennifer in the building.
Jennifer.
Anything that you can.
The footage too, Jennifer. All the footage.
Super shout out to DJ Dog and Jennifer. Super shout out. Guys, y'all ain't missed nothing. We just started. We got technical difficulties. But our best shows be when we late. So
I was feeling it.
So the end of the day, right? End of the day, Triller approaches Timberland and Swizz Beats. I'm gonna show you that. Swizz Beats. I'm gonna show you that. I got a bunch.
You got it right. You had it right. You had it all right. Get that fist for the beat. Get that fist for the beat.
I got quite a few screwballs in me. But we here. So listen. Have y'all tried? Let me show me that bottle screwball. Don't get on a free plug.
We'll take a sponsor from them too.
Ball. The official drink. The official drink of Flash. If you want to be the official drink, call me.
We looking for a sponsor,
Yo,
bro.
they got a sheet with a face, a sheet with no eyes. That's exactly you're gonna feel like a sheet with no eyes.
Cause that shit sneak up on you too, and it tastes good.
So what happened with Triller? They promised. I'm just gonna take a guess, right? They promised Timberland and Swizz Beats
a nice check.
Nice check. I'm gonna assume it's 50 mil, because they own 28 million.
So they got half up front.
They paid him a little bit early. 8 months later, they ain't paid him another check. As a matter of fact, they had to go on a payment plan. They had to go on layaway.
So I should have.
Do you know what that means? So listen.
So basically, they cop the work on consignment.
Yeah.
They cop the work on consignment. So.
Listen. If you gotta go on a payment plan for millions, you ain't got it. Facts?
Facts.
The Swizz and Timberland is something bad right now. Guess where they at? In court. Trying to get the 28 mil out of Triller. I don't think Triller gonna come with that 28 mil, bro. Shout out Shaquille. Shaquille Harris in the building. Shout out. CJ in the building. CJ. Super shout out to CJ. Super shout out to CJ. Super shout out to Shaquille in the building. So my whole thing is, I've been saying for weeks, Timberland and Swizz Beats sellouts. A lot of people don't agree with me. We're gonna talk about that. But I feel like
you must got Twitter in a frenzy right now.
I
know how you be on Twitter.
I be on Twitter crazy. They getting at me, but they getting at me more on Facebook in the groups, in the group chats.
Right.
They telling me, why you saying they getting karma? Because they sold what they owned. They sold the culture, in my opinion.
They jumped too quick.
They jumped too quick. In my opinion, they took the culture that desperately needed them. We had the Wu-Tang. Who Wu-Tang? It was RZA versus who RZA battled. He just said it.
Primo.
RZA battled. No, what? Primo.
Primo, yes it was.
Was it Primo?
Look at touch.
Triller supposedly lost $700 million last year. Good luck getting that money before they file for bankruptcy. That's exactly what's going to happen.
What's going to happen too.
I was getting to that.
$700 million?
I was getting to that.
So they wasn't paying the fighters, all the people that was performing at them fights. They're not paying nobody.
Well, they paying them, but they're paying them late. When they get it.
When they get it.
When they get it. So the simple fact is, if you pay me when you get it, I gotta wait for you to get it.
So Triller's a junkie promoter.
yeah. But they have earning ability, right?
Yeah.
They can make it, but they banked on this is how they think. Oh, this is making a lot of money. They banking on Verzuz being very profitable. They didn't count on people not going to pay money monthly to watch it when they was watching it for free. They're going to move on to something else. Who's watching Verzuz? A bunch of kids and junkies that get it for free on Instagram. So it don't have the value that they thought. Just like Boosie, little Boosie Badass.
Yep.
Got like 10 million followers on Instagram.
Yep.
He put out an album, he can barely move 5,000 units. It doesn't translate.
And his movie too.
His movie did $1 million though.
Yeah, his movie was alright though.
You bought it?
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
I bought it.
I'm going to buy it. I support. I bought Pray for the Bear.
Yeah,
Shout out to my guy Stanley.
Shout out to Stanley.
Shout out Stanley real quick. This camera is yours.
I mean, one in the building.
Yeah, Hot in Rhode Island, Stanley. Pray for the Bears on Amazon. Make sure listen. Go on Amazon, support black film owners, film producers. Stanley out of Rhode Island. He did a movie called Pray for the Bear. Go check it out. So end of the day, Triller is in the hole. My man just told you they lost $700 million. Now Swizz Beats and Timberland.
How that much money?
It's a dirty game, bro. So listen.
He said get on a break.
And they were supposed to merge. They were supposed to merge with this bigger company.
Quiet.
Who said that?
Spliz waiting for his
I was about to say it was time for Spliz to talk.
You know what we gonna do?
Who said that, Gilly?
You know what we gonna do?
Yeah, what up, Gilly?
You know what happened?
No, there's nothing for me to say. I don't worry, it's going down. I'm going to say it's time for Spliz to talk.
This was gonna happen in a minute. Hold on.
Let Spliz talk.
Come on, y'all.
We're gonna let Fliz speak, but
there was nowhere for me to break
let me set up this whole scenario. Then we want to get Fliz. He need to be informed, to have the whole opinion informed. End of the day, Swizz Beatz and Timbaland sold Verzuz. And somebody shout cuz out because I can't read it.
Let me see. I can't see the screen. The light got my blurry a little bit.
So somebody sold, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz sold Verzuz.
Yes, my guy Gilly.
And I feel like they sold it because they didn't want to deal with it every week. Right? They didn't want to deal with it. It was a lot of work. Not every week, but every whatever. And what happens is a lot of people that's in corporate world, they build something up real quick, they sell it. So I wanna go around the room, right? I wanna go around the room. Yes. I wanna go around the room because we all love Verzuz because of who was on it. We didn't love it for Swizz Beatz and Timbaland. We loved it for the next matchup, who was coming next. That's the culture. And you gave it to us for free. Wasn't paying nobody. People was going on their phone for the love. Now you start paying Jeezy and Gucci, and now the cost is up, and you sold it to some, lack of a better word, white corporate owners who took it and tried to make people pay for it, and everybody said, we ain't paying for it.
Just got banned.
So now, is that the definition of selling out? I'm going to show these two dudes again.
The definition of selling.
Did these two people sell out? Did these two people sell out the culture and get karma catch them? Because now they're looking for $28 million for a company that don't got it. I'm going to start with, this is what we're going to do. We're starting with TJ's word. We're starting TJ's word.
All right.
Did Swizz Beatz and Timbaland just sell out the hip-hop culture?
I don't know if they sold out the hip-hop culture, but I feel like they couldn't have sold what they could have negotiated for a percentage of what was going on. But like I said before, at the end of the day, it's like people was already watching for free, right? So basically, Verzuz was because everything was shut down. There was nothing else for us to do. We was excited to have a Verzuz. We're in a house. That was our party. People was getting outfits ready for Verzuz in the house.
That's crazy.
No, that was the thing. Like, they was really doing that. They was getting an outfit ready for Verzuz. They got their bottles, their smoke, whatever.
Listen to that.
Party was in their house.
Listen to that.
Watching Verzuz. I know I was doing that.
Verzuz was major.
You know what I mean? Like, me and wifey, we got, boom, throwing it on the TV, big screen.
Who was it, 112? Versus
112,
Jagged Edge?
Jagged Edge. Like, you had all the big, especially that Gucci and Jeezy, like, that was, I don't know, that you felt that energy through the TV.
Another level.
That was another level. I was like, yo, at any moment, it's about to go left.
Gucci tried to make it go left, too.
Like, yo, I thought it was about to go, like, somebody's going to die tonight. Like, it was, I
What's
thought
my
it was
man
gonna
say?
go
What he say?
crazy. You know what I'm saying? So,
They did sell the culture. Everything we built, they quick to buy to make money off.
exactly. Like, we are the culture. Like, everything, right now, hip-hop is the biggest selling music in rock and roll. Everything is hip-hop. Every commercial, like, anything, like, the sports is hip-hop. Everything is hip-hop.
Touch said something interesting. He said,
Shout out to Jennifer Laramie and the That's how I feel about the situation.
Shout out.
that I think the fact that they sold so quickly says a lot. They didn't even try to develop it properly.
Correct. Right.
Bumble.
What's your opinion,
Shout out to
Dante?
Touch. Where's he at? In Canada?
Yeah.
Shout out to Canada.
Shout out Canada, Touch.
Dante's close up.
Shouts to
Time
you.
for Dante's close up. Look at that camera. It's going to be.
I'll be right there for you, son.
That's it. My opinion is like this. We are the world. We are the people. Nah, real talk.
Jersey in the building.
Jersey in the building.
I don't know people's situations. So I don't know why they decided to sell.
Them dudes ain't hurting, bro.
Like I said, I don't know their situation.
Switch house?
Because
they ain't hurting.
okay, listen, taxes is a mother.
Facts.
So,
Rich people want to get richer.
I know, but the thing is, because like, here's the thing, right? You say that they sell out the culture. It depends on what was their purpose of doing it in the first place. Because I don't know their mindset. If you, a person like you, if you would have came up with that, what you would have did? You would have kept it going the way you had it started up, because that's your intentions. That's your heart.
Because you know how you eat off it? The sponsors. The sponsors crazy. They're paying for the artists.
Facts. Then let's be clear. They don't need it. Timberlands don't need the money. It's a quick flip.
What?
Timberland don't need the money. It's a quick flip. Wiz don't need the money. It's a quick flip.
Yeah.
Rich get richer. They do things to make more money to put more equity in their pocket.
I know.
Now,
I agree with
so
that.
so you're right. So me, I need that 28 million that they're gonna make over the next 5 years. I'm gonna keep it, but they still producing. He probably got a session with Jay-Z tomorrow. He probably got a session with Luther, whoever he doing, Ludacris, somebody, whoever. Working with his wife every day. Like, they don't need the money. They got big houses, whatever. So they like, let me get rid of this. We built it up. It's worth 100 mil. Investors is biting. Let me sell it to the biggest one. So, I'm gonna let Dante finish.
So that's my thing. It's like, you may feel they sold it up because you as a consumer was watching and you was appreciating what they presented. The person as a creator, what was their intention of what they was trying to do? So if they was trying to build it up to knock it off, they're just upset because of the fact that it matters, something that you gravitated to and got yourself involved into. That's the bounty killer and beating it. That's what I thought it was Dream Brief, but I know it was one of them. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's like the fact of what was your intention of what you were trying to do.
Do you think their intentions was to sell it from the beginning?
I think so. Because you know what it is? If you don't intend to sell what it is that you're selling, then you will keep it and you will say, "This is my plan on doing what you do." Okay, it's like this. Let's lose Clash right now, right? Are you if Clash idea of us is hip hop culture? They found a way to showcase the culture.
The idea of Verzuz is hip hop culture. They found a way to showcase the culture in a huge way and control ownership. As soon as they could, they sold it. Suspect.
But here's the thing. No. Everybody's gonna have their opinion. Everybody's gonna have their view, their perspective. Now,
what's more important, the bag or the culture?
Depends on the individual. Because like, here's the thing. You got Clash going on right now, right? Now let's just say Screwball does pop. Yeah, we gonna keep saying your name. Screwball. Screwball came and said, "Yo,
peanut butter whiskey."
They just came in.
Watch how many people heard of peanut butter whiskey from this show. Watch. Yeah. Screwball. Hold it up one time.
This is what we drink. Shots.
So now let's just say Screwball say, "Oh, okay," and they throw you a bag. They say, "Yo, I'm gonna give you $1 million."
They ain't gonna say that, but go ahead.
No, they can.
They can.
They say, "I'm gonna give you $1 million." So what you gonna do? You gonna be like, "Yo, the world."
Yeah, but
that's not the culture, though.
But we gotta take some of that bread and invest it into Clash, the bargain.
No. Listen to what I'm saying, though. Listen. I'm gonna say this slowly. We was the consumers.
Yeah.
They was the creator.
Yeah.
He's the creator. They're the consumers. Mm-hmm. So now these people are gravitating to us and they like what we're presenting, correct?
Yeah.
So now if we got Screwball, now you see a bunch of Screwball there, and so we're in the middle of a door, and you're like, you know what? That peanut butter whiskey I had the other day, it sure tasted good. People like, what?
In the middle,
that's called a paid sponsorship. Now I'm gonna address that in a minute. Are you done, Dante? You done?
Let's
We need that. We need that graphic.
He's been
Let Flair speak. Let Flair speak. Let Flair speak.
My thing is, I don't throw the word sold out. I don't throw that out.
Me either. I don't throw that out.
That's a heavy term to say two brothers sold out. I mean, another thing is I hear a lot of the culture. I don't understand what that means in hip hop no more because I've heard it thrown so many directions. As I get older,
they're charging them for what they did to the culture.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I understand that. And it's like, yo, I hear there's so many different ways to look at. Did you sell out or did you become a better businessman than the other?
Or did you set your family up?
Before we get to these comments, we're going to lose these comments in a minute.
What up, V?
Trey Bling.
What up?
Trey Bling, Ross.
Trey Blake, that's my boy.
Trey Blake. I wanna read what Gilly wrote. The biggest verses of all time, sitting down. The net was Bounty Killing Beanie Man.
He said that.
We said that. So
Jazzy, why the rich?
we wrote why the rich black entrepreneurs didn't really help youths to do better and see a better way out. And the stereotypes either be dollars or athletes. That's facts.
That's fact.
Shout out to Veronica. Let me give her a super shout out.
Super shout out to
Oh, no. Hold on. My bad. I'm a little slid. I'm a little slid. Super shout out. So listen. I'm not to Veronica. So listen, this is what I want to say. You were saying about you didn't like to use the word sellout.
Yeah, I don't like to throw that word out because there's a lot of weight and a lot of history behind that word to just use it willy-nilly like that. You know, and for two brothers who didn't really do anything but try to make some money, you know, off something they created, I can't call you a sellout. I can't.
Even though you
everybody got opinions on it, but I'm not the one to say that to them. I kind of agree with like some of the points like you made. It's like that Dante made. Came into it like, hey, they created something out of nothing. Out their intentions. And it's like, yo, it caught wind and it took off. Now, I know a lot of white folks who did that and they made millions. Call them sellouts. Good businessman. Soon as black people.
Ooh, I'm about to let y'all have.
Soon as black people, like that's what I'm saying. I don't like that. Like, yo, it's okay for black people to try to progress. Now, hindsight is 20/20. Just because now we know Trilla's broke, but let's say Trilla was balling, maybe if Ballon got their 28 million. So there's a term that says the reason what you feel about me is none of my business. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
They be living that life like they're living the way you feel about me is none of my business. You know what I mean? So we're talking about them. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like certain terms. I don't go. We're touching. Happy that they were able to take. I can't really see the life is blinding.
I'm happy that they were able to take verses and turn it into 28 million. Actually, more than 28 million. They got paid first. They owe them 28 million.
Yeah.
But they got paid before that.
More than 28
It's
million.
more than 28 million. But what is Trilla going to do with it? Doja Cat and Iggy Azalea. Now Touch just gritted. He just laid it out for you.
Yeah, we like.
He just laid it out for you. I'm going to let it out.
What is hip hop right now? Hip hop isn't Sugar Hill Gang.
No, it isn't.
It's always going to be efficient. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Kanye is a billionaire.
Rihanna.
How many? And I'm talking about how many black revolutionaries I know. They sellouts. They sold to the devil. Karis One did an interview saying, "If you ever went platinum, I feel you sold out." So everybody successful sold out.
Yeah.
But I'm saying people throw the word out.
That's not this though.
KRS never won platinum.
I have no idea.
He's gonna go.
I don't want to go.
What's the album with platinum?
He did which one?
Next, we got next. I got next.
That was my favorite
That's
album.
with Puffy's
What's the
single.
joint?
That single was counted on that song.
What Puffy said?
I Got Next when Puffy was on the remix of Stepping
Puffy
Over.
did that?
No,
Puffy did that?
The remix.
The remix.
Oh, I was so shit. I didn't know that.
But why is that selling out though? If you go platinum, you want to go platinum.
But I
We're gonna get off topic.
I don't want to get off topic. I brought that up as an example of success, and there was a young girl I was talking to. Matter of fact, I'll bring up someone who was at my show. I want to throw his name out. He said this to me. Got a dope idea, and I'm not gonna put your idea out there, bro. You know who you are. This idea might get you like popping. But he said the problem is, he said something like the poor people stay scared why rich take chances.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's not a sellout. They took chances. They create something. So I can't throw that word out there.
Anybody that's multi-millionaires, that's super rich, they feel.
I do feel like I do know like in the hip hop culture we have our code. Even within the hip hop culture, no one knows what it is anymore. We all have our faction of this is hip hop, this is hip hop, this is hip hop. No, this is just violent bullshit. No, this is just backpacker shit that's corny. No, this is commercial shit that's corny. Everybody got their idea what hip hop is. So when I tell people hip hop started out in parties, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a clown. I was called a clown. I'm a hip hop didn't start on no shooting people shit. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm called a clown. So that's why I have officially given up saying this is what a culture is. When the culture is everything. You get what I'm saying? The culture is all that. It's business. It's business aspect. It's no longer just graffiti and breakdancing. You know what I mean? It's no longer just boom bap beats. You know what I mean? It's everything. So that's why I get passionate about that, because we as minorities, especially, we can't wait to kill each other. We can't wait. You know what I mean? We always do it.
I wanna jump in here and let Flares talk.
Yeah, my bad. I get off.
No. You're supposed to talk. Let Flares speak. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, I want to say my piece before we move to the next topic. I don't want to stay on this too long. Everything you and Dante said was right. Any situation but this one. And this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say.
I do it.
Y'all talking about products.
The product.
Let me say this. I'll let you finish. If I say I got a camera, I got a better camera, best camera in the world, and it starts popping, and somebody come along and buy my camera, it's great, right? If I make a camera, and all they do is take pictures of everybody else, then at that point, it ain't the camera, it's everybody else. You understand what I'm saying?
No, you lost me.
No, because Verzuz is not about, it doesn't sustain itself. Without the artists that they're putting in there, the old school artists, Verzuz doesn't matter. So if you take away all the old school artists, it was all old, it wasn't no new people. We said that earlier.
Yep.
Everybody on that thing was in their 40s, 30s, 40s. Don't cut me off. I didn't cut you off, bro.
I didn't finish my point, but go ahead.
Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, say your point. Go ahead, say your thing.
But no, I want to go with your point. A person come up with an idea, right? I present the idea to you, right? Because I know I was going to put you on the spotlight, right? You said they right?
Right.
I'm going to do the idea because it's not about if I put me back in the spotlight, correct?
Facts.
I'm a little bit lost right now. I'm not lying.
Because what he's saying is a lot of the people that was on the Verzuz, after Verzuz, their streams went up.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
thank you.
They got booked for more shows.
Yes.
So that's what he's talking
Yes.
about. Okay. I mean, a lot of the
I'm trying to tie it into what Charles is saying.
Because he was saying basically that they came up with an idea that yes, they're using their ideology and their product, their music, but again, it put them in a position that they were solid. It gave them a voice again. But who was more in control of that situation? The person voice you was using, or the person that put you in a position to use your voice?
Now let me finish. So Dante said what he said, right? Right? My point is this. I'm Chucky. But listen. My point is this, right? Verzuz doesn't exist without two things. One, the internet, the Instagram people who are going to support it. The consumer. And what do they ask for? Old school battles. No one was asking for NBA Youngboy versus Jack Boy or Kodak. No one was asking for that. They said Ghostface versus Method Man. Raekwon. They was like, we want to see the greats. Right? Timbaland and Swiss Beats came up with an idea, but battling ain't nothing new. They took battling. Somebody wrote in my thing earlier that they stole the idea from Pete Rock, who was doing sound clashes with Jamaican people. Right? So, end of the day, right? I see you touch. I see what you're saying. End of the day, right? Verzuz didn't work without the old school artists who people came out and drove. I think the first one that did 1 million was KRS versus Big Daddy Kane. I'm almost certain that got biggest numbers of all the numbers. When that came out, it was KRS versus Big Daddy Kane was the biggest verses when it dropped.
It wasn't the Dipset and Jada or...
But that was after that, though. That was after.
Wait, Gucci?
It was after that.
That was after, too?
That was after? No, I think Gucci might have been before that, but it was bigger than that.
Oh, yeah?
So what I'm saying, end of the day, it's irrelevant. The simple fact is, it did mad people. They wasn't new artists. They didn't tune in to see Swiss Beats and Timbaland. They tuned in for these old school artists. Mm-hmm. You gave these old school artists a voice, a platform. Them corporate people are not going to do that. The culture made that what it was, not Swiss Beats and Timbaland. did one, maybe 2 battles. Everybody else was old school artists that built that on the backs. They brought people out that wasn't watching, that wasn't even on Instagram no more to watch that stuff. Old ass people watching.
Yeah, you're right.
Who want to see Gladys Knight? Old people want to see that.
Yeah.
Baby, tell me how to get on so I can see Gladys.
Yeah, my mom called me and said the same thing.
You see what I'm saying? She's not gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
So it's like the nostalgia. These are the heroes. To see them again, it made it beautiful. You don't have the right to sell it.
But listen, no,
No, don't cut me off, Dante. Clash. You don't have the right to sell it. You can't milk our freaking legends and build up your stature, build up your equity, then sell it to the white people, and then have them trying to charge $2.99 a month.
Malcolm.
Wait, no, wait. But what I'm saying is nobody gets it. They went and grabbed KRS, Big Daddy Kane, all these old school artists.
What he's saying is they shouldn't sell it at all.
They should have never sold it to anybody. And if they was gonna sell it, let the hip hop people make a bid for it.
Well, you know what y'all missing? Listen to what your point y'all said. Inside the house.
Yeah. But now it's everybody's
Everybody's
outside.
out.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. But then,
That's- I
put it
like
like this.
this one now, too.
In their head, they're selling it because it's going to fall off. They could have been like, Verzuz going to fall off. It showed no signs of falling off. It showed no signs of falling off. It fell off when everybody heard they sell it. You know what I did when I heard Jay-Z sold Tidal? I dropped it. I was paying more. Tidal was $13.99. I paid that for like 2 years.
You did the same thing.
Because guess what he said? I'm doing this for artists. I'm doing this for the artists because this gonna be bigger for the artists to make more big of a bag. Sold it to Twitter, Jack Dorsey from Twitter. Sold it to him. And he's like, we're gonna continue. You ain't gonna do nothing but milk it.
Can I chime in, brother?
I'm gonna give you a second, but let me then you got the floor. I dropped as soon as Jay-Z sold Tidal, I dropped it. That was a year ago. So what I'm saying is,
tapped in the title as a
I tapped in the title because guess what the selling point when they first got it? I'm bringing in all the artists. We're gonna do more for the artists. It's gonna be a higher percentage point for all artists. All artists join me. I'm Jay-Z. I'm doing this. I'm a black entrepreneur. Guess what Jay said? What Jay said on that song? They rather rock with something than Tidal just because he said a line about they won't rock with him even though he's black. They'd rather rock with Spotify over him. He made a statement that I'm black, rock with me.
Your music on Tidal?
My music on every service.
All of us is
right. But Jay whole thing was I'm black. You would rather rock with a white man than me, but I'm black and I'm like you. Why ain't you rock with me? So then when the black people rock with him, what's the first thing he did? Sold it.
And then what that happened?
He became a billionaire. He became a billionaire. And he does a lot for the community. But what I'm saying is this. If you're gonna do it for yourself, then we got a right to criticize you.
So is that turning into good business or bad business?
So look, they say never meet your heroes because they're always gonna let you down.
I don't have no problem. He didn't let me down.
No, but see the way we're talking about these people.
Yeah.
They're talking, we're idolizing them. So they created this thing as far as this iconic culture we created.
Yes.
They're human beings. They never meet your heroes. It's a big thing.
I ain't meet these dudes.
No, it's just saying. Don't look at these people as these cultural iconic heroes because they're grown men who are they're subject to human flaw. You know what I mean?
And we can criticize them.
Oh no, we can't. But when you become used to people are gonna do what people are gonna do. You know what I mean? So also, there's a few things you said I want to chime in, but I want to let you go.
But
everything you said sounded like a product. You know, we said it wasn't a product. So, no.
You figure you looking at?
I'm not saying
bringing in old school artists and building nostalgia for it. It is a product. I never said it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying it's not a product. But you look. That's like if we get every old school artist in Rhode Island and we start putting them on the stage, and everybody start coming out to see them, and then we sell it to the Dunkin' Donuts Center, and then they ruin it, and then they don't have nothing else no more. So everybody that was getting on, it's 50 people in line waiting for that moment. I can name 50. If you gave me enough time, I can give you 50 artists, and now I ain't never gonna get Verzuz ever.
That's true. Correct.
So what I'm saying is,
that's 100%.
What I'm saying is, it's 50 to 100,000 artists that's never gonna get a Verzuz now. When Verzuz was built by the thirst of the community, like, oh, get this guy verse back. Oh, I can't wait to see this guy verse back.
America was built by the
you took that culture, right?
Yep.
Because we still waiting on 50 versus oh, Nas could be
waiting for Buster versus.
we waiting on 30, 40 verses because of what they built. Guess who got it now? A company that's gonna go bankrupt. And now Verzuz is dead. So what I'm saying is you built something, but some stuff ain't yours to sell. This the culture. You didn't build that. They didn't do it every week. Just them doing it. It brought in all these artists that the culture loved. So then I love music. So the simple fact,
it's like
so if you're gonna build it up, the biggest versus KRS versus Big Daddy Kane, that's out of your hands at that point. Right? That's out of your hand. It ain't yours no more. You can't sell it to the corporations. So when you sold it, you sold out. And I didn't the first people I called sellouts in years. I ain't even called Jay-Z a sellout for selling Tidal. Because Tidal's bigger than the culture, right? But that's nothing but rap culture.
Listen,
and you sold it,
right.
and these people ruined it, and it's over.
You're right. They did sell out.
Go ahead.
But because they built up what they built up with their intentions, they got their paper, and guess what? While you say they sold out, something else.
They in LA Superior Court trying to get the $28 million that they ain't never gonna get. That's what they're doing. So that's karma. So somebody agree with me. Somebody agree with me.
It's a split thing because however you could look at it, there's a way to cut it. No matter what angle you look at it from, because I see where you're going with it. I can 100% see your logic behind it. You're not wrong, but there's another side to it too. That's like,
Yeah, read that. We out.
I can't see it.
Charles.
All right, we're gonna check to the next subject. But Touch say, okay, so what if they knew Verzuz was not going to make money and they dumped it on Triller before they lost their shirts? Is that gangster or still sellout? It's sellout. It's sellout.
JD said that. What did he say down that song? JD to go make another beat. Triller. I mean, if you made a Verzuz, somebody make another one.
But that's very specific. Because he was talking to
Dame.
That's not the same. Nobody is.
I'm using that as like someone. Hey, music, the culture of music, because you said Tidal is bigger than hip hop. Verzuz got bigger than hip hop because it wasn't only hip hop artists. So you know what I mean? It's the same player field. You got Gladys Knight for guys.
For the most part, it was. But the people they were using was very hip hop inspired. So, Omarion versus Mario. They're not necessarily hip hop, but they're in the lexicon of hip hop. They're not hip.
I get what you're saying.
They're not hip hop, but guess what? Was you playing Mario and Omarion?
Was I playing them when I was a kid?
At any point in your life? Did you play?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I played just one song.
So in our lifetime, Omarion and Mario was very inspirational to our culture.
But what you're saying is correct. Like this.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not. I'm just saying that we are okay. I'm gonna give you this, and I'm done with it. All right, we are our product right here. Now, if someone came and said, you know what, I offer TJ a bag, us a bag, they just want to give TJ a bag, and then you know I like that bright sweater. Get a bag off of that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Did he sell out by going and doing what he did?
About the show.
Did you?
So if people can't.
We're a product. We're Clash, right? I'll just put it in the proper perspective. He was the original three. Cool. Now somebody said, you know what? I like what this man is about, and they just offer you a bag. Is it okay for us to feel a certain way? Hold up. We started this story.
So me and me.
I know, Joe. I know how you operate.
Like me,
I know, but
we all gonna end up.
I
in
know,
a bag.
but the thing what I'm saying, they're saying, see, the thing what I'm saying is, he's speaking from a consumer point of view, and he's speaking from a passionate way.
He loves hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
But again, it was.
So me, I would figure out a way for all of us to get a bag.
But it was a business. Is the point. See, they did something. They provided something that was in a need, and it gravitated to it because you know what? Yes, I like it, but their intentions was what?
I don't know if they provided something that was a need. They clamped down on an opportunity.
In the pandemic.
Yeah, they found an opportunity and they said, "Thank you."
It was a need and an opportunity.
People was excited about Verzuz, but they really have people on Instagram like, yo, I got my outfit. They was posting up outfits. And you know how you get your outfit ready for the club?
People having
you put your outfit on the bed. People was having parties. Verzuz.
Facts. Think about Onyx versus Cypress Hill, which was the last biggest Verzuz.
Yep.
About a month ago.
Yep.
Month and a half, maybe. That should have been major.
But it wasn't.
Nobody talking about it because they tried to charge $2.99.
No, why people black?
Are we still there, y'all?
You see us now?
Oh, shoot.
Tell me.
All right, we there.
We still there?
Yeah, let's go to the next subject. What we doing next?
2 seconds into it.
Tell me if we go black again, because I got to see if that camera.
We're good.
Both cameras working?
Yeah, we're good.
Me? You see me?
Yeah.
No, do the switch. Do the switch. Get off that. Don't do that no more.
Which camera's showing?
No, now. But when you good until you did that switch.
No,
stay right there. Stay
Which
on
camera's it on?
Number 2.
It's on. Point at TJ. No, went black kid.
No.
Switch.
Chop said it's out. Hold on. I gotta figure out which camera on.
I think it's kind of both of them.
No,
They're playing
both
around.
right
Both
now.
of them are playing around. What's going on?
Okay, it's back. Leave it right where it is. Same one.
This
so
one
it has
is
to be
playing.
that one. No, it's not that one. It's one that's pointing on TJ and us.
All right, so tell them about. I want to talk. Tell them about the show you got coming up.
Yo, August 28th. It's DJ Craig's release party, his CD. Banging CD. Check it out. We got Valerie T. She is basically hosting. We got a lovely female. We making it about ladies.
All the ladies come on party with us. That's what we saying.
All right.
Come on party.
And there's ladies. A day party. It starts at 5 o'clock. It's till what? 11 or 10?
I think it's 10, right?
Okay. Hey, man, keep it going. Might end it at 10. Well, it depends on what's going on. You got some special guests in the building. And we're just going to come out and have a good time. You
DJ
got
Boom's gonna be in the building, right?
the 18 DJ.
Oh, all right.
18 DJ.
I know I got Roy in the building.
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Yo, we want to put on a good show.
Two
I got a lot of
games, a
surprises.
great time, great weather. Come out, enjoy yourself. We coming to celebrate you. You know what I mean? So thank you for everything. Block. And thank Fliss for doing the commercial. That commercial you see on Facebook. Lovely man over here did that.
Jack of all trades and a master of most.
Yes, that's how we coming.
You know what I
That's how
mean?
we coming.
Hey,
Hey,
get
I was,
at me,
hey, yo,
y'all.
you know what's crazy?
This
Fliss?
is how I'm coming. That's it coming for the LO.
I was excited when I seen Warner. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I seen Warner. I said, yo, bro, what? Is, like, yo. I was excited to see Warner. I ain't seen Warner in years.
Shout, Gilly is one of his cousins.
That a word.
Yeah, that's his
Shout-
cousin.
shout-
Yeah.
Oh, all right. He was there too.
Gilly was here all the way from Brooklyn. One was here all the way from Miami. Like Saturday was dope, yo.
Yeah.
Wife told me one was here. I didn't even see him.
Yo,
He was right.
I never seen him at
Warner
the thing.
was
He was there with Merk.
just chilling.
I never saw. Oh, I saw Merk. I did see Merk.
Yeah. But yeah, I was looking for Fire. Shout out to Fire.
Fire wasn't
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
He didn't come. He didn't come.
But yeah, I was hoping to see. I was hoping to see a surprise performance by the.
I
by
tried
the-
to set it up.
I knew.
I
said-
tried
knew
to
what you
set
was
it
doing.
up.
I knew what you was doing. When I see Warner, the first thing I said, yo, what's up? Where's Fire at? Because I wanted to see that so bad.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, yo, you already know, like, yeah, I mean, y'all guys is like, I mean, a staple in Providence music. So shout out to who them, the crew.
word up.
Merk was in the building. It was a good night.
Bless. Guate in the building.
Yeah.
Diddy. Oh, I mean, not Diddy. My bad. Other Diddy.
Facts. So listen, we appreciate all that, and we need to keep it moving to the next topic.
Get it?
Y'all know what the next topic is going to be? Because I don't.
Aqib
What
Talib.
we gonna-
I want to talk about this.
Aqib Talib, yeah.
We're not going to do a lot of talking about this, but I know it's a lot of mothers out there, right? A lot of mothers out there with kids that's in the Sports.
Yeah.
I want to discuss what Aqib Talib did. And I really think it's crazy. Aqib Talib used to play for the Broncos, the Rams, Patriots, quite a few people. People and teams, I'm sorry. And this weekend, I think it was the weekend, he was at a youth football game. He was a coach for one of the teams. The referee called something, and they didn't like it. So they started arguing in the middle of the field. One thing led to another. Aqib Talib and his brother, I can't pronounce his brother's name, but they went out to the middle of the field. Fight broke out.
Bro.
End of the day, Aqib Talib brother shot and killed a coach from the other side at a youth football game in front of all these kids, all these parents. And I want to talk about how irresponsible it has to be for you to shoot someone over a youth football game. We really getting that serious with it.
I feel like that was.
It definitely was.
I just said straight up. That was some sucker shit.
Tell them how you really feel.
Not for real. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, it's about the kids.
Right.
That's all it boils down to is it's about the kids. Like, you must be on some real sucker shit to pull out a gun, coach, in front of all these kids. Not even go hands.
Right.
But you pull out a gun in front of all these kids.
And what's crazy is
Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
What's crazy to me is you get so mad.
Trauma involved for all them kids. Like they're already going through trauma.
Yeah,
Being from the hood.
Yeah.
You already seeing that.
How you get that mad that you lose all? You ruined everybody. You ruined his life.
Oh yeah.
You ruined your own life.
Oh, yeah.
You ruined your family's life.
Exactly.
Your brother's life. Because now Aqib Talib is getting questioned.
Yeah.
And they say he started the whole fight. So now
Did he get charged with conspiracy?
I don't know.
Nah, because his
That's
brother
deep
pulled up
though.
on. They could skid him for something. Like, what is it? Something that
Exciting
riot or something
like that. But he can get charged too. So his whole history from the NFL and all of that is tarnished now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what we doing out here?
Right.
There's no hall of firearms for you. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I mean,
I did that so we can watch it up there. So listen. So the simple fact of the matter is, Aqib Talib has ruined his life forever. Now he got years with his brother he gonna have to get him a lawyer.
Yup.
Done.
He's done.
I was thinking about it, it's like,
Was it on camera too?
You know there's all these
Like
games out there.
1,000 witnesses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, yeah, it's on camera. They got it. Yeah, they got it on video.
I'm trying to figure out, right? What I'm trying to figure out is, it's a little bit behind, so don't worry about it. But I'm trying to figure out now, what's his defense gonna be? Right?
He don't got one.
He don't. But what can you say? You gotta go to something. You gotta have something.
We gonna do this again? There was no danger. It's a youth football game. So basically, because a call didn't go your way, you felt it was all right to what? No. The way it sound is he yelled at the ref.
Yep.
Something about football was kicked or something. I didn't really get into the story.
Yeah, somebody kicked the football one of the coaches went to pick up the football and he kicked it.
Right.
So
the coach might have said something, whatever. That's when his brother went and got the gun in. On what grounds?
No, at all.
But as a person who over the years has been all kinds of friggin' kids games of every sport, parents blacked the fuck out at those things.
You know that.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it'd be on some wild crap. Like, I'm like, damn. Like my son now, my son is 4 years old. He's on the baseball team.
Yeah.
You know, and I go to the even I hate having to wake up for them damn things, but I love my son. But it's like the parents are like more juice than these 4-year-olds. They just want to play in the dirt, and I found myself blacking out, yelling at my son. Focus, boy! What? Get out the dirt! Put them dirt down! You know, and I'm like, I gotta catch myself. Like,
why am I yelling at this 4-year-old? But then when I like going to high school games and stuff like that, you can see fights break out over like wow crap. You know what I mean? So I think emotions fly way too high with the parents and not the kids. You know what I'm saying?
And
The
the kids just want to
the
have
kids
fun.
be like, even in football, they'll talk their junk, but to understand the parents and the people
So
on the
here's a
side
question.
saying, wow.
So you know you got a 4-year-old that's playing the sport. Why are you so overly passionate about?
You don't know why. It's just there. You're just fiery. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the old gladiators in the arena, and you're watching a spectacle go on, and you're like, yeah, kill the lion. You get that kind of mentality, like, you're like, you just black out, and I find myself blacking out. And I've coached basketball for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll come out of pocket as a coach. You know what I mean? I'm losing it, and I remember I had to stop myself from yelling at a kid because we live in the Steph Curry age. You can't shoot. Why are you shooting threes? It's stuff like that. Like you shot. All right, let me catch myself. I'm gonna yell at the kid. But everybody's shooting threes, and I was getting mad. Like, know your position. But in saying that, to bring out the burner. You are starting. You went a step too far. So, but I know you can go far with your emotions in these little arenas with these kids from 4 years old up. But nah, the gun that was it. You lost it. Man.
It went from having fun playing a sport, the ref doing his job. You get mad at the ref. A coach is saying, "Yo, let the game play. Kick the ball." To somebody want to show I'm bigger than you. Pow.
Ego got in there.
Yeah, facts.
Ego got
Crap. Done. Yes.
About these people, man. I think
So look. Wow, because it's a lot of gun violence going on. For the gun.
Yeah.
fact. I think what we need to do is as grown people get back to being grown. Let them kids be kids. Right? Let them kids be kids. We want to fight and this and that. Now you don't ruin.
I'm with him. I'm agreeing.
Man, and I'm gonna tell you, I went to my niece's soccer game, and you get like that a little bit, especially when this little girl, they run around, get out of her way, like kick that ball, like so. It get crazy. So I don't know, man. I think Talib, Aqib, life is ruined forever because nobody coming back from that. You started the fight that got a man killed, but no, Ray Lewis came back from a fight.
Nah, not this one. This
It's
is
not
kids.
the same.
This is
It's
kids,
yeah,
and it's on camera.
That's crazy. So I don't know, man.
Ray Lewis, he can get away with whatever he wanted to say. We don't know what happened.
Facts.
But this one, you actually see this.
Prayers.
He might get the
Aaron Fernandez.
He might get the Aaron Fernandez.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna go to court though. But you know what? I want to say prayers to the man who lost his life.
Prayers to the families and to
The coach that lost his life. That's a whole family got to deal with that. They got years of trauma for that. Years of trauma for that. And I want to say
probably
prayers.
ain't even playing no more.
Nah.
They probably was it suspended?
Facts. And I think that what we're gonna call that a teachable moment. That was a teachable moment that we all can learn from. I think that's gonna be something that we pretty much just say, don't do that. I want to move forward.
Hold up,
bro.
before you go on that,
Go ahead.
because you said don't do that. Oh, moment we know like this. Really think about your actions. Take the second to really think about the repercussions of what's going to happen when you action, because there's always a reaction. Sometimes somebody needs to be like, you know what? Chill. Let me think before I respond. Because my thing is, if you did this on a sober mind,
What happens if you all having some drinks, right?
I'm like, wow. It's like
Sponsored by who?
Yo, go. Move on.
So listen.
Let us move on.
All right, people. So listen.
Yo,
We want to keep it. Y'all think that's too slow? We should take that down because it's just behind.
I don't even look at it.
Hey,
So listen.
should have kept it where it was.
So listen. We want to move forward, right, to a topic that I don't know if y'all going to have much conversation about. If y'all don't, then I'll touch on it myself. Do y'all know what's going on with Kid Cudi and Kanye West?
Oh, not really.
Day and night.
So this might be the teachable moment. So listen, Kid Cudi just did an article, an interview. He didn't just do it. He just released it for, I believe it was, what magazine was this? I can't remember the magazine. But basically, long story short, they asked him about his relationship with Kanye. He said the odds of him and Kanye being friends again is almost never. That he's seen people over the years get treated like crap by Kanye, and there's no repercussions. Kanye says, I forgive you. They go right back to Kanye. But Kanye did him really dirty this time. He went online and was like clowning him for being Pete David's friend. Right? He said, I'm not your kids. You're not my dad. I'm not Kim. You're not going to be treating me crazy. And then I just come back around and we good again. So what he's saying is he all set with Ye's nonsense. And he told Ye, he said, take ownership. You lost your own woman. Boom! He said, that's your own fault. So why would you come at me? He said he had Kanye's flunkies all in his comments and this and that. When Ye did one tweet about him, everybody came to his page. You know how they do.
Yeah.
They go to they flood your comments, flood your inbox. So it's like he had to deal with that for days, and these dudes just disrespecting him and being real crazy to him.
Yeah.
So he's like, he'll never forgive Kanye. And I want to talk about, for one, I agree with him. I feel like Kanye be doing some crazy stuff. And Kanye don't never get held accountable. Who was that? Drake made up with him again. For the 10th time. Like, how many times did this dude get to play you and goof you off out in the public, and you just got to hug him and be good with it? You bought the train tracks and they ain't making a video, now you got to forgive him. So I'm like, Kid Cudi, I feel like Ye does go too far. And I'm going to ask TJ.
Back the shit out of Kanye.
That's true.
Kanye.
Last week you called him the violent one. You called him the violent one last week.
Yo, man, I be chilling, yo. But at the end of the day, right, it's like, yo, but nobody's gonna smack the shit out of Kanye, right? Nobody's gonna call him out on his bullshit. Billionaire.
Facts.
Everybody gonna suck him off.
Jennifer said he's out of control.
He is out of control. But it's like, he's Kanye. That's how you look at it. He shouldn't be, his friends, he shouldn't be treating like shit. Like, so it's like this, like Homeboy's probably already cool with Pete Davidson and cool with Kanye.
Facts.
So it's like, yo, don't put me in the middle of yo shit. Hey, Boy and Kim, they ain't even together now.
Nah, ain't that crazy?
Nah, he knew what he was doing. He's just knocking that over. I told you that last week.
Nah, I believe he really wanted to be with her.
He might have, but
I think she dumped him for trying to propose to her. That's what the rumor is, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah?
He told him it was going too fast. Slow it down, allegedly.
Yeah.
And he said he went and was like, nah, will you marry me? Like,
that was why.
So,
that was why the brother be like, slow.
Yeah. So what? Oh, now and then hold up. Once again, going back to what you said last week. Now he's in counseling for that.
Yeah. Well, for Kanye.
And
Bullying.
Kim.
And Kim.
And Kim.
And dude he's always had like mental issues. He's always been like in therapy, taking mad pills, mad depressed. Pete Davidson.
Hey yo, have y'all seen the documentary on Netflix? There's a documentary on Netflix out now called "The Most Hated Man on the Internet."
Yeah.
You seen that?
I didn't see it, but he's on there too.
No. It's about one guy who created that website that got people. Look it up. Watch it tonight. If you can't, it's three 1-hour episodes. Yeah. And shit happened like this. I made the mistake of starting to watch it at like midnight one night, and I couldn't turn it off. So I was up 3 a.m. next, and everybody I put on to it was like, yo, I'm like, so if you watch it early, because you're not going to want to start watching it crap. But Kanye is kind of like the dude on there. We watch it,
It's like you put $1 billion battery in the back of a dude who's obviously kind of bipolar. You know what I mean? And then you gave him millions of fans that will back up his BS. No matter what he does, he's God, and they see him. Can't do nothing wrong. So they attacking everybody. He this. Oh, I'm a this Kid Cudi. Let me get a Kid Cudi. Yeah, look at the dude who went airport. He went at Kim Kardashian, and he was like, yo. He was done for wife and having kids with Kim. He put himself in this situation. All right. Well, dude was like, went up to Kim Kardashian. Why you think this dude Kanye's way better? I mean, honestly. He said it like that. You can tell he's kind of effeminate because he spoke like that. But it's like, how do you know? Because if you're just a blind loyal fan, you're just assuming this is God.
The fans only know what they see on TV.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
They don't know what goes on in these people's house.
Yeah, obviously something's off with this man. Like, you know what I mean? He's like this. He's up. He's down.
Yeah,
he's violent. He's trying to be educated. He's religious. He's secular. He's like, yo, dude, I don't know what the box to put this dude in. Angry, but the only time I seen him get backed up is when Davidson was online, like, dude, nobody's freaking scared of you. And finally clapped back, and then he took the role of the victim. Oh, we throwing insults now. Dude, you literally did a whole video burying this man.
Exactly.
So it means you can dish it, but you can't take it. But you got $1 billion shield that you don't have to take punishment mentally or physically. You know what I mean? So I think he's not in the real world. His bipolar disorder got him somewhere different.
And we can use that as an excuse for him.
His bipolar?
I'm not an excuse. I'm saying, no matter what, reality is the best teacher. But if you have a shield, you're never going to feel it.
You know what's up with your boy? The episode with Royal Ideologies. What did we say? The baby syndrome. Boy Kanye is a only child.
Yep.
What happens when you give the only child too many toys?
Shit.
You on your Daffy Duck.
He's taking his basketball. He's taking his basketball. Like, basketball going home, bro.
Yeah. So again,
so basically you got to beat on him.
You bully people on the court, didn't you, man?
Yeah, I did because I was nice. But at the end, I'm talking shit, and I'm telling you I'm scoring on you. I'm telling you where I'm going, and I'm taking you with me. I'm grabbing your shirt, and I'm scoring. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Bro, you know my pop's coach, so you already know what it is. Yeah, I told you our game was off the tip. We're scoring, and we're pressing the whole game. Yep. You're not scoring. You're not getting past half court. Between me and Tommy, you're not getting past half court. Yep. And we're scoring, and we both got 20 points a game.
He ain't lying.
Close up with TJ Swords.
Yo, listen. Oh, you got something to say? Or we gonna move on?
The baby syndrome. Like, listen. I be telling people you got to think about this. Give a baby a toy, right? Baby don't want the toy no more. When do the baby want the toy again? When somebody else have it. The baby syndrome. So again, what it is with this dude is, okay, remember, he already had a complex. Everybody knew about that. Now you gave him billions of dollars. Who could tell him something? So now you think a Kid Cudi's gonna be able to talk to him and say to him anyway?
But that's why Kid Cudi's like, I don't want to make him.
Right. Kid Cudi's literally the first one to stand up to him.
Right? And he's right.
I think Kid Cudi might be the first one to say F this guy and meant it. I think but he got slammed. They threw water bottles at him.
And guess what?
Right.
And listen,
we did that festival. They threw water bottles.
Yeah, listen, he's in sync now. Bye. He's gonna be blacklisted.
Now, a lot of people gonna be like, F Cudi, he ain't nobody. He ain't had a good song since Day and Night. So it's like, whatever. So I feel like I applaud Cudi, man. He finally standing up for himself. A lot of people won't stand up for themselves against this guy. They're so scared to be. They might be scared to be put out.
That's it. As far as the industry, that might be scary to stand up to a Kanye.
I just told you. Bye.
And like Pusha T, that's my man. He'll stand up to him behind the scenes. If you listen to him talk, he'll be like, man, yeah, argue all the time. But in public, he never says he's wrong. Never, you know what I'm saying? Which is whatever. That's how, because he know that's where his back. He's the president of his record company.
If Kanye West is worth $3 billion, how much you think he's making for the people that he's serving? Gonna get away with doing. Yo, Yeezys is selling off slides,
Yeah.
the pin. Yo, did you just see the way this dude got his clothes in the stores now?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Huh?
I was going to talk about that, but we're not going to talk about that.
They just sit.
You don't want
Did you see it, TJ? How he got them all set up? I think I sent the meme or something like it's like
it was in the group chat, but I'm saying like, why is that? There's no display no more.
he want to be different.
I think that's the display.
And he said that they won't help you. They not supposed to help you look for your size.
Yep.
You're supposed to look through it yourself.
That's
Big
some
problem.
kids stuff. Remember that group that show Double Dare?
Bro, yeah, they said double dip. They got the slime and everything, son. You want this back? You gotta go through the slime to get this shit. Your size is here, but you gonna slide through the slime.
On your bar.
That's
You
the
said,
I know
what?
that show.
I don't want that shit. I'm gonna wear my own shit.
I love that. I wanted to be on that show.
Chop, what you say, Chop?
Me too, yo.
Push is right. You don't air y'all shit out in public or behind closed doors. That's when you check your man. Push is right to a degree. And I agree. You know, I agree, but I feel like this, right?
If you kiss me publicly, you can get it
I
back.
feel like if your man is wrong in public all the time, and when people come to you, you be like, oh, that's just Ye. But behind the scene, you cussing Ye out. It ain't public. He's publicly wrong.
Publicly check them.
Sometimes you ain't gotta check him all the time, but some of this stuff gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let the world know how you feel in a way. Push don't never tell you nothing, right? But it's whatever. I get it. That's what it's bred out of that.
Right though.
I get it. I understand. So I feel like
Sometimes some people just need to get punched in their face in the public.
that's the thing. He got too much money for that. If you had his money, are you getting socked?
What?
If you had Ye's money, is anybody gonna sock you? Not really.
Listen,
Ain't nobody gonna catch you.
I said sometimes some people just need to get punched in the. Cause you know, I was just thinking about. I was just like, yo, you know what? I was like, if I end out Frizz and Scott in the public, right?
What the fuck is there to air Fliz on about? Like, I don't do shit.
I know, right?
Story time.
You know what I'm saying? Story time with Dante.
Story time with Dante.
You know that nigga made mac and cheese for his kids one day? Rapping and shit.
I said nobody's above an ass whooping.
Exactly, yo.
That's true. Sometimes you gotta check the homies behind the scenes, but sometimes doing business, you don't put that shit on.
Sometimes somebody needs to get punched in their face in public. I told my supervisors multiple times, don't get punched in your face.
I'm not gonna say what I was about to say.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to know.
No, you don't want to know.
After the game.
Hey, sometimes you know how somebody are beating, right? That baby syndrome. Yo, what happened? That you know how you used to act up in school? Your mother went up to the school and beat you in front of that class? You ain't tough no more. I know we all see that happen. You ain't tough no more. Cause we go like, your mom spanked you. Somebody need to get.
They can't do that nowadays though. But a lot of these kids probably need that.
Yo, I went the freaking staff was hitting us back then.
Right.
Yeah, back then, and especially like in like Bishop McVinney.
You already know. I don't know. Did you go to the middle school?
Nah, I didn't make it that far. I told a teacher in elementary, yo, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
Yo, straight up, I got kicked by a nun. She's dead now. But, you know what I mean?
Whoa!
Damn, Flair's killed her.
Yo, if anybody who's out here,
you gotta rescind that statement. He said, I got kicked by a
no,
nun.
let me. I know, right? That didn't sound right.
No, I'm telling you, they used to try to hit you with the ruler,
Bruh.
I got hit with the ruler.
No, hell no. I told her, you hit me, I'm hitting you back.
The teachers and the principal was not crazy.
My father, I'm hitting you back.
But the problem is, I'll be honest, I was always a good kid. I always hung with everybody doing shit, so I was guilty by association. So whatever happened to them, I had to take too. You know what I mean? One time I got my mouth washed out with soap.
In school?
In school.
That's what they used to do.
We're talking about the age.
Oh,
The principal did it.
Oh.
Yo, dude, because you know what? Funny time, I'm not going to say his name because I actually saw this dude, who did it, he cussed out one of the teachers.
Story time.
He cussed out one of the teachers. He was like, yo, you promise you not to be a teacher, all that crap, right? It was like, oh, snap. So they kicked him out.
She's like, all right, you get up, go to the principal's office. Sister Teresina. Rest in peace, Sister Teresina. It was Sister Teresina. My grandma was up. You know, she has been a nightmare for people for years. So he went out, I dapped him up. I said, all right, at the end of the that was my all right, peace, man. You caught an L. Bye. So when the principal came up, what happened? Sister Teresina, well, blah, 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 such and such said this, and Travis physically agreed with him. What? I physically agreed. You understand? This was a piece. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I was a little kid. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I just kept saying, I didn't do nothing. Come on, Trav. To me now, I'm so traumatized over that event that as my nieces,
even now,
I'm good now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Over years, I was traumatized over this event. He went like, they drenched this shit in my tongue 2 weeks. Everything tasted like soap, or brown soap. So now, as I grew up, and my niece went there and I heard some shit happen, I was at the school like, what? Who did what? So they was kind of like, I was like, this ain't happening. So my niece, shout out to Simone. And I don't know if you're watching. My niece Simone, she's 28 years old now. She went to Vision McVitie. She told me, the teacher kicked over the thing and it's so big. What? I'm up at the school talking shit because my trauma is reacting. I'm like, yo, this shit ain't happening no more because in a way it was me reacting the way I wish I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I should have, instead of just saying, I didn't do nothing, I swear I didn't do nothing, and just say, all right, let's go ahead and do it.
You know what I know?
Go ahead and do it.
After you just said all this, what Kanye West is doing? Kanye West is the new Dame Dash.
Wow, why you say that? Explain.
Okay. I just realized something, because I'm like, yo, because what you just said, just put it in the perspective of, like, it's like, you know how when you know you ain't going to become something, like you was always let down, put down, and it's like, now that you're in a position of power, and you see other people in a position of power, and how people treated them and everything else, now that you're in that position of power,
going back and overdoing that, I get you.
I'm now Kanye Dash.
Kanye Dash 2.0.
Right? 2.0. Yo, I'm realizing that because a lot of people at my job, these fake supervisors and fake people with their power. Yeah, I want you to see this. I'm telling you right now, it's coming at me the way you coming at me. Watch what happens. But anyway, that's what it is.
That part out real quick. We want to keep
it's like a lot of people that never had power, and as soon as they get power, they don't know how to. Where does this go? With great powers and responsibility.
They was never at
the cool table.
They never got fly in school.
So now they get the chance at the cool table. What happened? They don't know how to act.
Guess what time it is?
Shots?
Here's to our sponsor. TJ, what's the sponsor? Screwball Whiskey.
Wait, hold up.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Bel Air, son.
Hold up.
For y'all too.
The Bel Air.
For y'all too.
It's times for free, Screwball.
Ginger ale on my stomach.
Screwball is a very delicious peanut butter whiskey.
Take that shot, bro.
That you can drink with or without a chaser. We prefer to drink it in shot form from shot glasses. Screwball. Get one while it's nutty.
Yo, you drink a shot of that, please, you be on, yo.
Nah, I'm no drink. I'm just watering tonight.
No,
that's what we're doing tonight.
I know. Just think, I'm like, oh, this is delicious.
Oh, yo, we gotta get to that nut subject.
Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Time to get live.
Insane in the Membrane. This is the Insane in the Membrane segment, people.
I thought we was doing the battle.
We're gonna do the battle, but listen. Let's do Insane in the Membrane, then we're gonna get to the battle. I'm going in the order of what's on the paper. We're not gonna talk about this too long. Insane in the Membrane this week is about a teenager who's charged with killing the op's mom.
Oh my God.
They killed this kid, and when his mom went to visit the gravesite, they killed the mom. He killed the mom. I'm going to read the story, and we're going to talk about this Insane in the Membrane situation. Christian Weston, 17, is being held without bond in the fatal shooting of Yolanda in Gawajaja. I know I messed that up.
You just say, Mama.
52, as she mourned her son Amir on what would have been his 22nd birthday.
Of course, Charles. She was at the funeral?
No, she was
at visiting the grave.
He already got murdered. She was gunned down on March 22nd at the Calvary Baptist Church Garden of Memory Cemetery, where a second person was also shot but survived. She died from her wounds sustained at the cemetery just hours later. Her son died on New Year's Day, according to his obituary. He was one of the couple's 3 children with her ex-husband. I hope he gets the death penalty, his father said Saturday after police announced Weston's arrest. So what I want to talk about is how crazy these kids are right now to go shoot somebody's mom at the cemetery. This is insanity unheard of. That's different. Back in the day,
these kids ain't kids.
Back in the day,
they don't, like, yo, it's different, bro. Like,
moms was
like,
off limits.
Like there was rules. You know what I'm saying? Like there was definitely rules. Like, bro, if I'm coming to see you, I'm coming to see you.
Yeah, not your mom.
Not your mom, not your, like, I'm coming to see you. Knock on the door, I'm coming, I want to fight your son or whatever it may be. That's what it was.
They don't have respect for life.
Yeah, like, it's different now. It's like at the end of the day, it's like, we are the rules, bro. He's already gone.
Overdoing it.
He's
So
already gone.
one thing that you gotta realize that homie did, he just opened up Pandora's box. Cause you don't think cats might go after his mama? He might not have thought, I just killed somebody's mom, I'm going to jail.
You're right.
Yo, my whole family, move! Everybody get out of town!
No.
Because they coming after your family now.
Chill, because like here's what...
You killed mom?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Hold up. What did this lady's son do? Because he's dead.
Nah.
No.
These kids is already on some smoking the dead. I'm rolling up the arm. It's very disrespectful right now.
I'm with you, but listen. What did he do for him to be, okay, he's already in the ground, she's mourning, and he came back and
there's
it
no
doesn't matter
what was done.
There's no...
No, I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying,
You already got her son.
you're not.
Why are you killing him
No, that's what I'm trying to understand, like, to what extent do you feel like you need to do that?
That's what I think I'm saying. These
Child
kids
to trap too.
These kids are on something different now. If you take away rules, which I can say that for a lot of things in society right now, if you take away structure, statutes, and rules, you're gonna have chaos. And in the gang world and in the street world, there was rules that kept things fairly neat. But now with those rules deteriorating, it's like, yo, now you got like, I'm sure as the mother's at a gravesite to Melon and kid, mom's on play. And then why was he there?
Exactly. So you're
Like,
waiting
you know
for somebody to come there too.
You know what I mean? Like, yo,
you know what was his birthday? It was
his
anniversary or
That was
whatever.
his birthday.
I do personally know a kid, he's a grown man. I know someone, a kid I work with who won and put on camera him pissing on his op's grave. It's here in town. You probably know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and it was like, I'm telling you, what's wrong with you? You know, like, these kids think that shit is cool. Like, no, just leave that alone. You know what I mean?
Like, he's already gone.
Yep. So I'm like, why was he at the grave? Was he there to pee on his grave or something on his birthday?
Yeah.
And his mom was there or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Kids have no, like...
Nah, he must have seen his... That's what I'm saying. He must have seen his mom. He must have seen his mom dead multiple times. Like,
so he was watching his mom go visit her son, like, mourn over her son. Like, yo, that's sucker shit. That's more sucker shit, bro.
It's sucker shit. Or, for sheer fate, maybe he was there for somebody else. Saw her.
So they're looking at who can do the illest shit, get their 50 minutes of fame. It's still sucker shit.
It's sucker shit.
You're not the hottest dude.
It's sucker
You're
shit.
not. Like, that's sucker shit.
So that's the insane in the membrane.
So that's basically like, you might as well just pull up on a block where homeboy's from and go to war with the homies.
Yep.
Where is this?
That part.
Where was this at?
Like,
go out there and crash out. You crashed out for his mom. Go crash out with the guys that run with him.
Like, so it's at the end of the day, it's all sucker shit. That's how I feel.
Oh no, I agree. That's some this is some next level.
Y'all notice how clean we look out there though? This joint looking clean, bro. Nice.
Crazy on here too. But it's like at the end of the day, it boils down to sucker shit. Like, yo, there's like, when did the rules to the streets change? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Every few years as the new generation.
Everything's cool. Everything's watered down. Like,
everything is one up in the next generation. Everything evolves. So it's like we had I was never in gang. I was never in a gang, but all of my homies, or a lot of them was, and they
told me the culture or whatever. Then as I grew up and I started working with the street, the kids in the street, I learned about all that. But honestly, like doing this for 23 years, people always ask me, "Do you feel a change?" I'm like, "Yep." Like every like 8 to 10 years, you can feel something different. You know, it's like because I'm perpetually working with the next group of teenagers. Now is definitely different from like 2001 or something like that. Like the kids then, literally, like, I ain't gonna mess with. They still stuck by the rules. They would never mess with your mom or family, and like don't mess with mine.
Women and kids.
You know what I mean? It's like don't mess with mine. I won't mess with
Scarface, I
yours.
listen to the song.
But I do think,
Scarface,
I do
like, no
think,
women and kids.
just like hip hop had its violence then in the 90s or whatever. But it's like it got harder and harder because you get kind of like, okay, NWA's brand of violence, killing people or whatever, and then you up it to like what it was in like the early 2000s. I wish Crank Lucas has the best series of videos about it. Yeah, Crank Lucas who illustrated.
You're right.
Like he'll take every brand of rap and he'll go 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s version of it, and he's so on point. And that's what. So look up if you look up Frank Lucas, look up how gangster rap evolved. So it's like also gangster culture evolves the same way. It gets harder. Like we used to respect rules, but now fuck that. You know what I mean? It's like yo, next is gonna be like in 8 to 10 more years. Like, how can we one up killing somebody's mom and her? Yo, let's burn down the hospital and get babies up on it or something like you know.
Well,
homeboy, and what was it that they killed his grandparents?
Oh yeah.
Was he from Texas?
That was about 3 years ago. 2-3 years ago.
He was in jail too when that shit happened, right?
Right. Crank is from DC.
Crank Lucas that's a cool dude. He helped me out with a lot of stuff with my social media work, and he actually played my video on his platform and stuff. So I like that.
Well, we just gotta subscribe. I'm sure I'll subscribe. Who just subscribe?
I want to move on.
Yeah.
That was the Insane the Membrane. I want to move on to this one. It's called LL Canibus. They probably like. I want to do line for line. So who's gonna pull up LL?
And both
You gotta
you
be born because you
LL,
yeah. Yo, I was watching the last show. It's just like the way you like, bro. You
I know Canada word for word off the head. If you learn that,
you LL.
I'm gonna let the world know that you don't want me to shine. You study my rhymes, and then you lay your vocals out the mine. That's a bitch.
Hold on.
He was killing that shit.
We gotta set this up. We are about to go line for line. Who won?
I don't know how to go line for line. I'm not even reading that. I know who won.
Not even who won. We're gonna say
Low got destroyed.
one day I listened to LL today. He did a lot of cursing on there, which he never does now.
Because Canibus did a lot of personal.
Oh, cursing. Cursing. And LL don't curse. LL did a lot of cursing on that response disc.
No, you really don't curse so much.
He don't really curse at all. But on that disc. So let me bring this up. Who struck first though? LL versus Canibus in the battle. LL struck first.
Because he threw the shot. He threw the shot on what's the track? He threw the shot. But he also changed his verse too. We do know that.
Who changed it?
LL. After he heard Canibus' verse, he came back and
I got you. Because I know Canibus said that he goes, all right, Canibus, I'll take this part out off the mic. LL still kept this.
Yeah.
It's like, what? But nah, I ain't gonna front. When that came out, I was like, wow.
Know what that was about though? LL had to basically stamp on his spot in hip hop.
Right. I get that.
Because he never was doing features with other artists. And I feel like that was who was his benchmark at the time?
Def Jam?
The lady, Chris Lady? Might have been Violator, Chris Lady, but they might have been telling him like, yo, you need to do features. But when he did the features, and then Canibus basically was like, Canibus was coming at him
He
like
was a young lion
like
coming up,
yeah, like yo, I mean, like I'm a fan. Boom, boom. So when he's saying tattoo on your arm, let me borrow that.
Yep.
You know, he took that as a disrespect.
It was homage, yeah. It was homage.
But it was homage. But he took that as a disrespect. So he's like, this is my chance right now. These niggas know that I'm still that dude.
That's one thing I hate about our generation, or like the older generation. Sometimes ego is so big that you can't even see that someone young is paying you respect.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen a lot. So that bothers me. And then like rap is so, the hip hop culture is so choosy. Just side with the nigga you like just because. I mean, like, hold up, slow down. Like, you see what just happened there? Like, this young man was loving you, you know? But then, oh, nah, these young cats want to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? And I saw that back then because I was a young man. And when Canibus was the young man, LL was the OG still, even at that age. But I was like, and you remember, I'm one of the biggest LL fans on the planet. Like, no one can talk bad about LL to me. I love LL's catalog.
Like, he just did at the Rocket Potion?
Nah, I didn't see that. It just happened.
He brought Milkins.
Audio too?
What can I say? Yeah, he brought Demo. He brought a bunch of people up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if LL was correct on going.
And this dude said LL was washed.
Who said that? Oh.
I mean, at the time,
what did he say? So he was going to get washed by who?
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I want to set this up. We're going to do line for line. We're going back in time. What year was this? I don't know what year this was.
So you hold up, you reading LO's verse from 4321?
He got second round.
That's what started.
No, what I'm not. We just want to do the specific battle. I'm gonna set it up for the people. LL Cool J, go back in time in your mind. Rewind. LL Cool J had a young gun in the studio named Canibus. Doing what LL does, he put him on. LL put on a lot of rappers that was growing up in the day. Canibus at that time was one of the hottest up and coming rappers in the business of rap. That's what LL did. He put Prodigy on from R&B, put Fat Joe on, even though Fat Joe already had his buzz going, and he put Canibus on. He put him on the record, on the song.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Foxy.
It wasn't Who Shot You. It was called
It was called.
Biggie's called Who Shot You. I Shot You.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Canibus gets on the record. And in doing so, he's paying homage to LL, and he says, let me borrow that mic on your arm. LL took offense to that. Now, I heard y'all saying, why would he take offense when he's paying homage? It's LL. Don't talk about taking his mic off his arm. You can't have his mic. Don't even play with his mic. LL feeling away anyway because he feel like the young boy is getting a lot of attention. He put him on anyway. But Canibus was eating everything. Y'all got to understand. The Source had called Canibus the next king of rap, and he hadn't even dropped the album yet. It's me on.
Nah, he was eating everything.
Eating everything.
That
Canibus
boys, Troy, he killed. What else?
Right now, you ain't.
At that time, Canibus.
His song that came out, the wildest.
People don't want to admit this, but Canibus was the blueprint for a lot of shit that goes on today.
Facts.
Battle rap, like freaking, he's a blueprint for a lot of mixtape. All these mixtape rappers, Canibus was the blueprint. He doesn't get the love he deserves for that, but.
So Chop said, I don't give a fuck what was said. LL was wrong for starting this shit with Canibus, but both dropped bars. Touch 182 said Canibus didn't mean to hurt LL's feelings and paid the price. Career done. I blame LL's feelings for everything. Now listen, a lot to that. I think Canibus destroyed his own career.
Yeah, me too.
LL killed him. LL won the battle. the war, but Canibus still had a chance.
If Canibus, to me, I mean, I think hearing most of Canibus obviously slaughtered this man. I'm not gonna say song for song.
Let's be honest. LL drop bars.
We're gonna go. All right, listen. So LL came at LL put Canibus on 4-3-2-1. Canibus came back saying that's what a sucker would do. Rewrite his rap. Right. So when everybody was waiting on Canibus to come out of LL, LL said he got on the phone with Canibus and begged him not to do nothing. Y'all know that? LL and Canibus had a conversation on the phone. LL was like, man, listen, because they recorded it.
The verse, yeah.
He said, listen, man, don't let the people gas you up. I have no problems with you. Don't do nothing. When you come back, we'll make it even bigger for New York. We'll do a song together. He said, it's going to be big for New York. When I get back in town, LL was out of town. He said, don't let these people gas you up. Don't write nothing. Don't do nothing. When I get back, we're gonna surprise the world. We're gonna do a song together. I didn't mean to do nothing, shorty. I'm not against you. Blah blah blah. Canibus felt like he's playing him.
Let the world know the truth.
He tried to son him. Canibus like, but Canibus got people in his ear back then. People like, nah, son. You know what I'm saying? In his ear. So Canibus felt like LL was trying to son him. So he wrote the whole joint. Wyclef produced it, and the rest is history. Second round knockout. We'll go line for line. Let me read this. Y'all should I read the Mike Tyson part?
No, what's wrong with you?
You just gotta put
Yo, Canibus, man, what's up, man? I put you in the cut with Wyclef, man. You were booming. I caught these foul slouch niggas, man. You know what I mean?
Go to first.
Talking foul about you the other night on the corner with the boulevard, man. You know what was with that? It's historic. No, I can't go. No, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna skip past Tyson, right? Mike Tyson on the intro. Whoa. So I'm gonna let Throw know the truth. You don't want me to shine. You study my rhyme. Then you laid your vocals out the mind. That's a bitch move.
Something that a
homo rapper would do.
Flint on his verse.
When you say that you platinum, you only drop the
clues. Studied your background. Studied your background. Read the book that you wrote.
Search your footnotes about how you used to stiff
coat.
Fronting like a drug-free role model.
You disgust me. Recently.
Running around sewing off your body because it sells. Plus to avoid the fact that you
ain't got skills.
Yikes. Because I kick that shit real
niggas feel.
When 99% of your
fans wear high heels. Yo.
Go.
Keep going. I'm going to rock with you. From Ice-T to Kumo D to Jay-Z, now you want to fuck with me? You must be crazy. You dripping with whack juice and you can't get it off. You better be prepared to finish what you start, nigga. Yo, he said, hey. You just hold it right there. You get off me, man.
That's the referee. That's the referee part in the middle, yeah.
Yo, Canibus, man, you gotta hit him harder than that, man. You don't know, man. Don't put that niggas hanging out with me, man. We warriors, man. We gotta go into battle, man. When you come out, we don't come out at all. Yeah. Mike Tyson. For those that don't know, that's Mike Tyson's part. So Canibus, back to the second verse. Yo, you better give me respect you better give me the respect that I deserve, or I'm gonna take it by force. Blast you with the 45 Colt, make you somersault. God damn. A lot of people doing that in battles right now.
What?
That type of verse, that type of line is how they battling right now. Blast you with the Colt 45, make you somersault. Shock you with a couple hundred. I gotta put T on camera.
First.
It's about who strikes hardest, not who strikes first. That's why I laugh when I hear that whack ass verse.
Shit was the
worst rhyme I ever heard in my life. All time, died on March 9th. Let's slow down. Can I just say, that rhyme, first of all, that's one of the greatest lyrics in history of rap.
He killed it. Canibus was dirty.
Because right now, people say that to this day. The greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah.
People put Biggie as the greatest rapper of all time because he said it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Rappers just speak things into existence, yeah.
Now Biggie the greatest rapper. Nobody was saying that before. March 9th. Now you know Biggie's birthday.
Yeah.
I mean,
God bless you. Rest in peace, kid.
How you know this brother?
Now I really know what beef is.
It's not what I would call this.
Different. A faggot nigga trying to make a living off of guessing. Somebody that he gotta know is better than him. He feeling himself, so he got more cheddar than him. But let me tell you something. You ain't got more cash than me,
but you ain't got the skill that
eat a nigga ass like me. We knew what he said.
I know.
We knew what he meant.
But he was killing it. Now we're in the pause day. I get it, man.
We knew what he meant, and we know we MCs.
Yep.
So we're not gonna sit and act like he meant something else. These funny style dudes today gonna be like, pause, pause that, pause, son. What is it?
Toss salad.
Right.
Oh, you want some?
And if you really want to show off, we can get it on live in front of the cameras on your own. Yikes!
You kick him first. Fuck it.
I let you kick him off. For the studio, applaud.
Now watch me rip the tap from your arm, kick you with the groin, stick you for your band, got a wall in front of your mom, your firstborn and thirdborn. Think you might get on the horn, come in, Mr. Farrakhan, and try to persuade me to squash it. Oh, he started. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. A hardcore artist is a dangerous man, such as myself, trained to run 20 miles of soft sand. Yo, Canibus was killing him. Canibus was unmatched, bro. Yo, at that point, Canibus
On
was
the off leg.
This dude said, train and run 20 miles in soft sand. That's crazy, right? On or off land. Programmed to kick hundreds of bars off hand. Man, you done spitting some whack shit. Probably figured because it's been a minute, I forget it. Fuck that. It's like Common in Cuba. I see the bitch in you. And I'm going to make the world see it too, motherfucker. Yo, Canibus, man. You moving like Mike Tyson Jr., man. You in and out, man. You agile with your phone, man. Think it right. You got to get mean. You got to get meat. You got to get your name, kid. The whole identity is to eat, niggas, man.
Stop. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to the park. Now watch you rip that Mac from your arm. Kick you in the groin, stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your wife.
Your first, second, and
third ball, make your wife get on the horn and convince Farrakhan and persuade me to squash it. I say, nah, he started it. That whole scheme was like,
it's untouchable.
Over.
LL never touched that. I agree. He doesn't have the lyrical dexterity to do it. I agree with you. And that's why LL was cursing so much on his response.
So go.
He was mad. He was very angry.
He was super ugly.
He had to bring an anger to it, an aggression. He wanted the world to know that he was still LL. He could get his out of his gangster.
That's what I said.
Because Canibus did a lot of nigga bombing, cursing on here. So LL was like, I can get in the gutter with you.
What Chop said. I stand corrected. Canibus won that. I totally forgot what he was saying in that joint.
Yeah, exactly. Yo. This, if not, is interchangeable as the first or second best diss record in the history of diss records. Yeah, when that came out, I was totally like, oh my God. I can't argue with you if you said number one.
Listen.
Or this or No Vaseline. It's between them two.
That's what we're saying. The best.
Between No Vaseline by Ice Cube and Canibus, that's 1 and 2.
Did we do the best diss records yet?
Did we do that?
No,
we did not. We did not. But
on the next joint.
That record is so solid. It's hard to.
You gotta remember that came out on mix. That came out on I think a DJ Clue, and that thing blew. That's why they did a video, cause that thing blew off. Like, it was like out of here.
And like, yo,
I think it was on DJ Clue.
There was
DJ Clue. You had to be on.
No, it was the number one song. It was the first song off the joint.
Nah, that joint came out I think in '98, dog. I think that. Yeah. Know why?
Like 98.
Because go on YouTube and there's a round table of when him, DMX, Big Pun, this is all they when they were all coming up in like '98, and Canibus spit that at the table with them. It's Big Pun, and this before Big Pun dropped the album, this before DMX dropped, and they both dropped in '98.
So Big Pun was on.
Do you realize at one point it was DMX and Canibus was neck and neck for who about to drop the best album?
Oh yeah,
they was neck and neck. They was looked at as the two greatest things in hip hop. Wow.
Yeah, stay out the dark.
Canibus didn't come. When I see you, I'm a
Canemy Dog was dissing K Solo, right?
Yeah.
Which I do not believe that K Solo bit that from DMX. What do you believe?
You mean that?
DMX was. I believe DMX took that from K Solo.
Spellbone?
I think he did.
Spelling shit?
I believe he did. That's because he made more money.
K Solo got a song called Spellbound.
Yes. Yo, I thought we heard you. Joke's on you. You heard a biting ass crew. You bit my name. I want it back. And it's a fact. Yo, tell him, damn, you should have did that for the record.
Hold up.
K Solo told you that niggas been his style.
Hold up. Yo, DJ Craze, get at us. We need K Solo on here.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
K Solo on
Coach K Solo's the GOAT.
KDINMADISONDLETTRMAN.
The mom's in my business.
Your mom's in my
business.
That was the classic, son.
Hold up, you're not even gonna read LOs, huh?
Should I?
I'll see why.
So wait, hold on, slow down. Respect LL.
I'm a big LL fan, but I can recognize he lost that rap battle.
Yo,
How we gonna say he lost before we read the lyrics?
Did you hold up? You know LL's book? Did you read his book?
No. Why would it say? Should I? Should I
The
get it?
opening of the book is him getting head before he was about to come on stage and homeboys just no cool. And it's top. He's getting yo.
Now I'll read that.
The book is very interesting though. The world. But he did do coke though. He says that in the book too.
That's what Canibus said.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he got it from the book.
Yeah.
Canibus did the art of war. He studied his opponent before he. I'm going to read LL. Y'all tell me when LL lost. It's out of respect. Y'all say don't do that. Don't do that. You said don't read it at all. Come on, man.
I read the book. I got the book.
History.
You should have read that first.
So everybody count. Let me read. Everybody counted LL out. Everybody was like, LL lost, Canibus beat him. It was waiting on LL response.
I was there when it happened. That's why I know what he said.
But you can't say a man lost before he responds.
Touch said the Rock Bottom song was dope from K Solo. All right.
Fact.
K Solo album was fire.
You can't say a man lost before he responds.
Yeah.
Right? How many battles you watch?
Actually, you know what? I'm glad you said. You know who that only happens to? Eminem. No matter what, no matter what happened, if someone says something bad about Eminem, the world is like, oh, he's gonna do this thing. No matter what.
That's facts.
But go ahead.
Let him read this trash.
No, it's not trash. I do do that.
So the only bar in there is that 99% of your fans.
No, I get. I'm not saying the song ain't trash.
In the group chat too.
It ain't. This LL song ain't trash.
Stop.
Canibus. This was just flawless.
Say another bar on that song.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the
Say another bar.
I know when he talked about Mike Tyson being a rapist,
and he said
your butt cheeks are black and blue.
He called what do you call Wyclef? Imposter.
So the thing is, it's just that Canibus. This was so top notch. When you heard it, it was like wow, and it was like, oh, LL's gonna get somebody. That's cool, but it's not terrible.
Go ahead, read it, Charles. Go ahead, I'm listening.
It's comparison.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my pillow. I'm just gonna lay right here. You're about to put me to sleep.
Why you doing that? Why you doing that, Dante? That's fine. All right, so listen. We just went through Canibus lyrics. I'm not trying to play the song, man. Give me a break. I'm trying to get off of this. So listen, we just read Canibus lyrics. The entire rap world counting out who? The GOAT. This is before he was the GOAT. LL Cool J.
He's the kid.
Everybody's like waiting on him. He wasn't no kid. He grown at it.
No, I'm talking about the kid.
Everybody was waiting on LL response. I think it took a couple months too. He was washed. Everybody's like, he washed. Canibus washed him. Canibus did the video and everything.
No. You know why LL waited? Because he came after Canibus album flopped. That's when he came.
Okay. I remember I had been in Rhode Island probably. I probably been in Rhode Island barely a year, right? A year or so. And all of my wife's brothers and her cousins, all of them was younger than me. So they was like, Canibus ain't LL. Me, I'm old head. I'm like, LL, son. Like, I'm like, yo, wait till LL come back. They said, LL has released The Ripper Strikes Back. I was like, oh, you gonna get him. I try to defend this record. I'm in an argument, bro, with 4 dudes against me. And I'm sitting there trying to tell him, yo, LL. Because I was an LL fan. It didn't matter what he said. It was rough, and I caught a beat down. But I defended LL.
Before you say that,
go ahead.
Did you buy the Black Panther album?
I did.
I did.
I bought almost every LL album.
I did too.
So let me, y'all tell me when to start. I'm going to read as much as I can before y'all start. This LL went to the studio. Y'all being mad disrespectful to LL went to the studio and he recorded The Ripper Strikes Back. This is his response to one of the greatest rap battles in history against Canibus. The Ripper Strikes Back. He did. It starts off with, we just gonna have some fun with hip hop. A little hip hop. Relax. Hold on to your seats. Oh yeah, this is a tunnel banger too. Word up, tunnel banger, baby. Hip hop style, baby. Y'all remember LL setting it up like I'm about to light.
The tunnel was fire back then too. But go ahead.
By the middle of March, when the pregnancy starts and your lady's placenta, that's when LL just entered. Duct tape your little bitch ass for fronting. Your poor little crackhead ass ain't hurting nothing. Nigga, you want the fame nigga, you want the fame, now you're famous overnight. Famous for getting fucked by a stick of dynamite.
Whoa, what?
I told you he did a lot of cursing on his album. He's doing a lot of cursing.
Remember them balls, go.
Famous for, you weak nigga, you about to die in your sleep. The overlord of rap, while you will never meet defeat. I gotta say it in his flow. Okay. Pain and agony. I don't touch them zones. Fucking everlasting lyrical methods is my throne. Blast your 50-pound ass and make you float. You read and shook, nigga. I wrote the book, nigga. Held down my crown for a decade and a half. Now I'm about to give your grimy ass a bloodbath. Talk about being broke, nigga. I'm rich. Because I learned to separate the money from the bitch.
Stop right there. Because you know what he said?
What?
You may have more cash than me. He never said nothing about him being broke. Next.
No, he said, yeah.
No,
he said he called Canibus broke.
Yeah.
He said, talk about being broke, nigga, I'm rich. Because I learned to separate the money from the bitch. Don't hate me because I'm paid. Hate me because I'm everything you want to be. Handsome, young, plus legendary. Talk about Farrakhan. Nigga, you got to call Jesse Jackson for some affirmative action. He lost. I'm not reading no more of this.
You already know he lost.
We all know he lost. He know he lost. But he won the war.
Yeah, this album.
He didn't win the war due to the battle he do because Canibus couldn't hold up his end of the bar.
This part I did think he responded. He said, don't open your mouth and mention my seeds. Talk about my book that you bought to read.
LL didn't know what to do with that young.
He didn't know what to do. You know what it was? It was when he came after Kumo D. When LL was young, he killed Kumo D.
Yeah. I'm about to say, know what it is? I'll be honest. Like living in that time, I remember when I heard the disses, I felt like at that time, Canibus was the evolution of what's to come with rap and its aggressive battle. LL was still in the Kumo D phase of, he was saying some ish that maybe in the 80s would have been like,
look what Touch said.
Touch, we paused that, but we MCs, we know what he meant. We know what he meant, Touch. We know what he meant, Touch.
LL was old, bro. He wasn't prepared for these young people.
Yeah, I think Canibus was an evolution of rap at that time. LL was just like
hungry.
Yeah, like he was new, young,
but behind the scenes back then, you know that a lot of these rappers was like basically putting that what they would call the what's it called? Like basically they blackballing.
Okay.
And so back then he had on. He had more power than the young boy.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But
now when you go back and go back and listen to Canibus' album. Where did it flop at?
No.
The album was
it did flop.
No. It didn't flop?
No.
It did flop, right?
No.
But where did it flop at? He had that single, right? He did have the single. That was a diss record. It was a single, right?
I'm going to tell you what happened. The dude, because I went and got that album.
Me too.
No.
What was the follow-up?
I'm going to tell you. Watch. What happened was this. Didn't like why cut through the whole album. That was number one. Number two was
loyal.
Okay, in a time, Canibus was known for this aggressive, like he was Lamar. Well, Kendrick Lamar at this time, that's what he was then. That song that he came with right after the song talking about birth and everything, that wasn't his lane. It's like, you know what it's like? You was on a bullet train, and then all of a sudden you got off the train and got on the
decided not to shoot shit up.
Yeah, I think the problem is was his lane.
Super shout out to J Mart. Super shout out to J Mart.
I think you know what the thing is. Canibus, remember, he was killing mixtapes before Lil Wayne was doing it. He was mixtape king.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Boom. Aggressive battle bars.
He needed another dope single to follow.
LL Cool J. Battle bars, and then his album is all these conscious stories and then he showed his intelligence side. And let's be honest, no one wanted to hear that shit.
Right.
We like, where the battle bars at? You know what I mean?
Because the hype night is
He needed
the hype night is. Hold up. J Mart said Canibus was too advanced for LL. The only thing that saved LL was his status in the business.
Yo, for real.
Facts. But Canibus needed another dope
record
to follow that. He needed something else. So whoever told him, put this Nah, bro.
Remember?
See,
I rolled with the West.
But he should have fought
West
the issue
Indian
like,
Island.
nah,
That was my shit.
Yo, that's what. If he would have came with that,
unemployed homeless niggas, the fatherless niggas. It was called how many?
Flawless niggas.
That's what it's called.
That's what it's called.
But he's I'm the endless lyricist in America. MCs can't see me because I'm too king of a human.
Wait, now we get what y'all get ready to do is set yourself a trap. Because y'all saying what he should have did, but guess what happened? He was trapped in a corporate angle where they don't care about hip hop, what it's supposed to be. They care about sales. So guess what they told him in that boardroom? Guess what they told him in that boardroom? What about the pregnancy song?
Yeah.
Right? What about the pregnancy song? Imagine a boardroom. It's 7 white ladies, 3 white guys, and him and Wyclef.
Yep.
And they put up millions for the album.
Yep.
Guess what the white girl saying? What about the pregnancy song?
Yep.
I like that one.
Bullshit.
Ain't the whole song about a boy?
No.
What's the song about?
The song about his father beating the hell out of his mom.
But it got something about pregnancy and bullshit or something.
His mom gave birth to him.
They did a whole video.
No, they talk about Nick Cannon. That's the Nick Cannon one. Nick Cannon did a song about
What's Canibus video about? Was the second
It's a video about his mother giving birth to him growing up watching his father beat his mother and leave.
That's
what
beautiful sentiment, right? It might work today.
That wasn't the right father.
It wasn't right for him. If that was PM Dawn,
it would have been amazing.
There would have been a bang. I mean, there would have been platinum. This was Canibus from the second round.
Let's not overreach on PM Dawn either, because they was out of there really quick. So everything didn't work for them.
That's not you know what happened with them.
What?
It was good until they took Aaron's on through homeboy off the stage.
You're right.
So you got to remember when things happened to you back in the day.
You're right.
That was a stigma on you.
Facts.
Because they was out of here because they was surplus on the
Facts.
list.
But let's go back to Canibus. So listen, you gotta think if Canibus understands
with that Wallace Duke, that would have been a
it was the wrong single.
Be honest. I want to start with TJ. How'd you bought that out? I went and left my house, physically bought that out. I could not wait to get it. Right? You bought the album. You put it in. Matter of fact, what's the track list?
Yo, look what J Mark said. If he would have had production from Primo Pete,
exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like at the time, like he needed them type of beats.
Yeah, he did.
He needed. See that record right there? Yeah. That set the tone, and then you come with this.
I think Canibus is super loyal, and he was trapped in a contract. I feel like he was like, Wyclef is my man. I signed to him. I'm gonna trust him.
Like, yo, Wyclef, let's have this conversation.
But he wasn't like Nas. Nas passed on 100,000 beats.
He did.
He said, "Fuck that! You're not giving me anything."
Let's have this conversation. Is this the right single to put out after this?
Wyclef dumb as a mother. So now he dumb. Wyclef is an artist.
Yeah.
So he thinking it's amazing.
Amazing. But is this the right record to follow up after this?
He thought it was.
Nah, that's the wrong decision.
It's a terrible decision.
So why not be in the board? It's us. We're in the studio. Me and Dante, we're in the studio, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, bro, this is the record that we should follow up with. He's like, no, this is the right record. No, Dante, play this and then play this after this.
What I just tell you, the boardroom. So what we not understanding is
before we get to the boardroom,
what we not understanding is
I know that. But before we get to the boardroom, we're in the studio, right?
Right.
I would have never recorded.
You said to not even make the record.
Why he record that song? Yeah, I would have never recorded it.
Now what you're underestimating is his own creativity. He liked that shit too. He liked that song too.
That's a record filler. But this shouldn't be the next single.
As far as we're talking about that, let's talk about something else. You know what?
But wait, one more thing before you say that. They're trying to save the album. That second single came out. Album was already out.
Yeah.
And it's failing.
But
so they're like, we gotta save this.
That album
the album wasn't doing well. The album was not doing well. That shit was. That thing was second round knockout came out before the album dropped.
Yeah, that's true.
The album came out. The album was universally like, this ain't it. Yeah. The song, go look it up. Everybody was like, this ain't it.
So he needed that.
So you panicking.
He needed that extra. But that record was not the record.
TJ, you're right. We all right now, 25 years later. But listen.
Even back then, I'm doing that shit.
But think about it, TJ. Now, this how labels work. They give you the first of all, labels pick the first single, right? They give you the second single. They probably gave him second round knockout because it was already popping. They're like, we gave you that. Boom. Single did well critically. Album drop, flop. They not letting you do nothing. You're not picking nothing. Now we got to save our investment, blah, blah, blah. Their money's on the line now. They're not letting you pick nothing.
Some decision.
They probably having. They probably
decision on.
Matter of fact, they probably had that. They probably had that meeting. He wasn't even in it. He probably wasn't even in the meeting. At that point, that album flopped. Them people like trying to scramble. Oh my God,
they had a video for that second single too, right?
Yeah.
But they the ones.
They had Nigga Knowledge. Had a video too, right? Am I bugging? Did he not have
that? Might have been third.
Yeah.
But he took out the curse word. Like it was like I get it. But it like, nah, that ain't that strong of a. So,
no. But
what I'm saying is
a conceptual song.
Yo, that album went gold.
Check it out. Check it out.
With the second round knockout.
Check it out.
I told you that album.
Yeah, but that second round
knockout.
But it was panned.
Has anybody in this room ever listened to Canibus' follow-up albums? They almost kind of trash. So
yeah.
I don't know if we should just say it's White Club. You know what I mean?
But
because Canibus, all of his albums.
That song was called How We Roll. How We Roll.
How We Roll.
When that flop flies, it flopped his clout for lack of a better word. Now these hot producers, you poison. It's saying that your whole style didn't work.
He went to Backpacker at one point, and it was like
and so in Canibus. Outside,
thought it was all right too.
People always saying, "See, we reaching." So people, what? It was okay. But what I'm saying is, it's okay.
The problem is with those songs we're naming, those were songs that wasn't in what we wanted to hear from Canibus.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So what was the song that you said that should have been the same?
How We Roll. That song
think about,
like
you know what I think about? What we was expecting from Canibus, to be honest with you, was something he could never deliver on an album. We wanted every song to be like.
He ripped A+ album too.
We wanted every song to be as raw. We wanted 15 joints of him just barring it.
We wanted mixtape Canibus.
We wanted mixtape Canibus. He would never be able to.
Why wasn't he able to do that in the studio? They tell him.
I don't think
for one
at the time.
For one, back then labels made you couldn't do that, right? Labels made you think about what he's up against. He had Lost Boys, all this stuff.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say. Wyclef was high on that pop crossover for the success. That's what gave him
his mistake. His mistake was signing to Wyclef in the first place. He was never going to succeed with Wyclef. Wyclef is a pop producer. He was never. He might as well sign with Babyface.
You're right, because every big Fuji record. Every big Fuji
they didn't even
record
put the release of On You. They just put How We Roll, even though that was a single.
Right.
Because he had a
every big Fuji record
was
a pop record.
That's the single.
Facts.
But that was the second single.
And
How We Roll. I mean,
all of those records were
video. But where's it at in there?
They were low key, all designed to be mainstream to a degree.
The whole album, that second album,
that's a dope ass album.
That's a like.
It's pure hip hop. The Fugees. It's pure hip hop, but it has Lauren, and it has
Lauren as the lead.
As the lead.
Look at the singles that came out.
Facts. Blew up. So you gotta think, if I'm Wyclef, guess
Fuji Live.
If I'm Wyclef, guess what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to recreate.
There's no recreating.
You got the Midas touch. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Who was I thinking about? So let me say this. This gonna be this off topic a little bit. RZA.
Yep.
RZA new album. It sounds like a dude that wear linens all day, walking around barefoot. Don't have a care in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He walking around in mansions all day. He don't know what the hood is. If you listen to RZA new album, it's way out of touch.
He's out of touch because he ain't been.
He always been out of touch.
He probably hasn't been back to Shaolin.
You know who he hang around all day?
I've never enjoyed any RZA album.
He hasn't been back to the hood in so long.
He don't need to go. He hang around Leonardo DiCaprio. He hang around Quentin Tarantino.
That's like what we talked about today. You're not gonna get a reasonable doubt from Jay-Z right now.
But you don't need one. But listen.
But you understand what
you're gonna get something quality.
You're gonna get.
He got his foot in the street. Jay-Z's foot is in the street.
Exactly.
He gonna know.
So
what's
basically,
popping.
You're saying that RZA is out of touch with what's going on.
RZA gone. RZA's in Santa Monica, strolling the beach. His dog is running, chase the ball. He don't have no care in the world. So he's making stuff The album that he put out, I just reviewed it. It's called Bobby Digital in the Pit of Snakes. Ain't nothing pit or snake about it. It's mad. It's like white boys singing. Oh, they happy to be there. It's like mad goofy, right? But
So
that's
Woodstock.
It's Woodstock. It's mad goofy. But that's why Clef was. When he got, he's under pressure to make hits. He's in rooms with rich people. They don't know about this underground. They want to hit record. Why Clef? Guess what we trying to do? Big hit records. His mistake was signing. We talking about it all day. His mistake in and of itself was signing to Wyclef in the first place. That was his downfall. He was never going to make a good album with Wyclef. Never. I'm say the first Bobby Digital albums had bangers on them. Holocaust on the first one and maybe 4 others in the second Bobby album. La Rumba was shit. It was trash. So we basically said, I never was into the Bobby Digital stuff. Bobby.
I never got into that. I never got. He had funny joints.
It was better than this.
What's the name? That domestic violence song.
Yeah,
he came at a time he struck. He did his thing. But Canibus was set up for failure because he signed to Wyclef. There's no way around it. He was never gonna. That's like signing a Babyface. Outkast signed a LaFace, but they won in spite of that because they had their own in-house production.
But know why they won? Exactly what you said. They recorded in a basement, basically in a trap house.
Yeah, like they said 30
people that house right now is a museum.
A museum. That was this guy's mom's house. The gift of one of them guys' mom's house. And she said them guys was there every day, 20, 30 deep, sleeping in there.
Like, when we was recording, and we was recording at my aunt's house, she didn't care that we was over there because we was away from the streets.
Facts.
We're recording in the basement, smoking, drinking, whatever, but she didn't care because we was in the house.
Right.
But you got that classic TNT music from that house.
Rico Wade house. Chop said that was Rico Wade's house. I watched that documentary. It's dope.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you got all the classic TNT records that you got right now that everybody knows, This World, just the Stressed Out, all of that, those was coming from the basement.
Yes. And they was living that life.
And that's what we was living.
So, end of the day, what up, Jennifer? What's she talking about?
Jennifer, I know. What you mean, Jennifer?
She's talking to Chop. I think she talking about some
she might be talking about Bobby
Love Jones. First Bobby Digital album. I don't know what the song, but if she knew that, then hey, Jennifer should know.
She about that hip hop life.
I don't even remember those songs.
About that hip hop.
I know she is, but I don't know none of them songs.
But end of the day, Canibus was set up for failure, and he was never going to win. But he won that. He won that. Yo, listen, what we supposed? Chop told me to do something last week.
R&B.
We supposed to make a list.
R&B 90s.
We did say that, but he told me something before that about West Coast, something about the West Coast, and I can't remember what it was.
Well, he's in the right there.
I'm not prepared to do an R&B list right now.
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock, yo.
I'm not prepared.
It's dumb late, bro.
But I do want to say I appreciate everybody watching. I want to say one more thing about this guy right here. Y'all can see it at home, but y'all look at my screen. It's Young Thug.
Yeah. Okay.
The people at home. I want to end it on this conversation about Young Thug, right? They said Young Thug.
Baby.
They said Young Thug. Chop said best song. We ain't ready. We ain't prepared for that, Chop. That's gonna take us about 45 minutes that we don't have. But listen, Young Thug is catching another indictment. Somebody from YSL is I don't know. And the second thing is Gunna's supposedly getting out in a few days. They said it's almost guaranteed Gunna's supposed to be getting out.
But people though, Gunna's charges ain't as those charges.
No, they're not.
His charges is basically he's a social.
Gunna shouldn't be.
There's really no charges that they're charging him with.
Gunna shouldn't even be in there, really.
Nah, he shouldn't.
But you know why in there? Because they're trying to make him crack.
Yeah. That's what they're trying to do. Well, it's like, yo, this case is crazy. But at the end of the day, it looks like Thugger is done.
Yeah, it looked like Digger
he's
on.
done.
He gonna do minimum.
He's done. He's not coming home, bro.
I don't think so. If he do come home, it's gonna be 12, 15.
Nah, it's gonna be more than
You think
that.
we'll get him for the murder soon?
They
rolling on him.
Because
they could pin the murder soon?
Because if you look at whoever they said is telling, I'm not gonna say homeboy's name or whatever, but whoever they're saying is telling is they're connecting everything back to Thugger putting out.
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, so they call him a ringleader.
That's basically they're basically paying. They're putting a picture of him. They're putting him a picture of him as a fucking terror.
Yeah. And to a degree, he is if he's doing all the stuff they're saying. Like it's crazy.
Shit's
but
crazy, bro.
Think about it. Like my thing with Young Thug, bro. Please, somebody explain to me
Once
why.
they're digging up in his crib, in the back of his crib.
Yeah. They doing. I know they're digging. They know they're digging up the ground.
Bro,
they digging up the ground.
There's pictures of them people going to his crib, digging up the ground in the back of his house. So what are they looking for? There's only 3 things they can be looking for in the back of your crib.
Yeah.
Which is bodies,
facts,
guns,
right,
or drugs.
And money. Yeah, any of that at your house.
Hey, thank you, sir. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you're an idiot for doing half the stuff if he did it, really.
No. Listen, I can understand you doing the stupid stuff. You left any evidence in your crib where they was going back and digging up stuff, you left their bodies in of everything you're about to get. Oh, baby. You know what
I'm saying? I'm looking like, oh shit, they're tearing up the crib.
What
somebody that tells you already that somebody's telling. If they searching in the backyard, then how would they know to search in the backyard? Was you there digging up that hole with me?
Facts.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
That's somebody who was digging the hole with
You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, and that's somebody really want to get out. Because you telling that, realize ain't no coming back for you. If you go tell that and you don't understand with that, you going to hide. You gone. He ain't never gonna be. You ain't gonna see him again. Whoever that is, they gonna be living. Where was your boy at? Up in Maine. Your boy Alpo. They going up. They gonna put him up further than Maine.
He had to come back for the
further than Maine. Nothing further than Maine.
Yeah, he going to Canada.
He was good in Maine.
He was. Vermont past Maine. But listen, J Mark said it's still not a good look, and it looks like Thug might as well find a husband in that bitch.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not a good look.
It's really
either
crazy.
Gonna have to cop out and take them charges and run with it just because if you go to trial, it's a wrap. The feds and hold up, that's not even the feds, but the Atlanta state, the state is moving like they the feds.
They are.
So eventually, if you want to take it to trial, guess who's gonna come and knock on your door?
The feds.
Might as well just eat that, boom, and move on, bro.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy
that
too?
movie, give me that. David Wayne.
Oh, he talking about. He said, "I'm ready for jail."
What was the name of that movie?
That's right.
More money.
I remember that scene.
You know what dude before he was like, "I'm in jail 20 years. Give me that."
Don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace.
No, that was more money. Yo, can I get that? I get that lawyer.
Oh, you remember that guy? I do remember that scene now. I remember that.
On, man.
I remember that. Yeah.
More money. I eat that.
Yo, so listen, I want to say, man, I'm not one of these people who like free Young Thug and all that. Because at some point, if you're doing too much, you're doing too much. But I feel like, what happened?
Chad, he's going to get his kitty done like.
His titty. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah, he did. He said he's going to get. He said he's going. Yo.
Think you're going to be able to get some conjugals in there? Sooner or later?
I don't know how Atlanta works, but at the end of the day, it's a wrap, bro.
Yo, you don't want to be.
Yo, there's 28 people on that indictment, right?
If you Thug, what you going to do? You gonna cop?
I'm copping.
Everybody's telling already.
Man, listen.
Look
Irv Gotti didn't cop.
Who?
Irv beat.
Irv, but they didn't want Irv. They wanted Supreme.
They didn't want Irv.
You know what I'm saying?
They wanted to make Irv go broke.
Make him go broke so he couldn't support Supreme.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, this shit's crazy, bro.
Listen, if I'm Thug, I want to ask my lawyers what they got on me.
Oh yeah, that's
just wait it out.
That's of course.
Some of the stuff might fall apart,
but the lawyer might tell you, look, it ain't looking good for you, bro.
They probably already told him that. That's why he say he feeling good, and they told his sister, "I'm feeling good. I'm doing all right." You know what he said?
Doing all right, bro. You stressed the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
That's like Gunner was trying to get all that smoke and them coke and that coke in there.
He is not freeway. He's not all right. Baby, don't you cry. He's
more motherfuckers that are gonna end up telling
Hold on tight.
Ain't that crazy?
So it's like, yo, you gotta eat that and just move on, bro. Like you're done.
Yeah, he cooked. You know how hard that is to give up the mansions and all that
It's
money,
alright.
girls.
Yeah. Yo, bro, what you gonna do? It doesn't matter. You're still not coming home.
Pick up the phone, baby.
Everything points to you as the main guy, bro.
It's crazy. And it shouldn't, though. If you are the main guy, it shouldn't point to you. You should be able to disperse that everywhere.
It shouldn't.
That should point to everybody but you.
You're talking about coming from you're talking about coming from the 90s and the 80s. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not that era.
Nah, they want everybody to know. They want to be seen.
Yeah. They already got proof saying he rented the car. They was at a damn McDonald's or whatever the hell they're talking about.
It's crazy.
Right after the shooting with the same car there. He's there. They're placing him in every situation.
Top said he's going to be a king in jail because he got niggas in there that's going to look out for him.
That's cool.
That's facts, but
eventually, you know what?
That goes for a certain
what they just did to R. Kelly? They said R. Kelly got like 40,000 in his account. They trying to get that.
They froze it.
Yeah.
They say he don't have enough because they froze it for something. What they froze it for? I can't remember.
I don't know, but you're not eating good. You're not living good in prison.
Mm-hmm.
They take everything.
Kids. The lesson here is don't do the crime. You don't want to. That note being said, I think there's almost
everybody. Thank you all for watching.
August 28th, yo.
August 28th.
We ain't even do a game time this week. We ain't even do a game time this week.
Game time is?
What we gonna do?
Sing a song for them.
This is what we're gonna do.
Let them order early enough.
Before we get out of here, we're gonna do a game time. And what I'm gonna do, it's always good to have the music digital. But I'm gonna collect a CD from everybody in this room. They're gonna all sign it. Right? They're gonna signature that CD. To the person who get this question right. And it gotta be Chop, because he's probably the only one in there.
Billy G.
Speaking of Michael Jackson. No, I can't even do that. I'm gonna give you something harder than that. If you're in the building and you can answer this question, at the end of the wire, what did Marlo do? He or others to take the charge. That what happened with Marlo in the wire?
No, it was something that it was technicality.
So Marlo did get off, right?
Yeah, got off.
Just the question, and if you answer this question,
that was on the last scene.
Before we get out of here, you're gonna get an autographed CD from everybody in the room. CD, what's your CD, TJ? What's your CD, Dante? Marta. What's your CD, Fliz?
Forever beautiful, eternally ugly.
And I'm gonna give you one of my CDs. I have Force Multiplies, right? You can name me 2 rappers that was on the wire as actors. Get a CD from everybody in here.
That's hard.
It's easy as fuck.
No, get out of here with that question.
I think I'm drunk.
I know, yo. Game time next week. We need a strong.
You know what?
One shot for him.
Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna make it harder than that.
What?
But Chop know mad hip hop. It's gonna be really hard to catch one of these guys.
What's the first hip hop movie?
So
that is kind of easy.
He got our CDs.
Without Googling, the Hieroglyphics crew. Name 7 of the rappers from Hieroglyphics crew.
7. Wow.
7. And I'll start it off for you. Dale.
Name somebody.
Everybody know Dale the Funky Homosapien.
Who cares?
So that's the first one. I'll give you that one. Name 7 rappers from Hieroglyphics, including Dale. And you get a CD.
Name 7.
You can.
You cannot. You cannot.
No, we're not gonna do it.
Don't do it, bro.
No.
I'm not naming them. I know.
He lost at 3.
You crazy. I love hieroglyphics. I just got to say one group name. That's 4.
7 rappers from Hieroglyphics. I can do it next week. I can let me know next week.
Dude, I know they got to know right now. Got a time limit. No. They better do it by.
Damn, Touch. Taj, Festo, Dale, Pep Love, Casual, Opio. Right.
I know. That's who I'm going to say.
Shout out to Canada. What's he at? Canada, Toronto? What was he at?
He got it again. Y'all got to sign some CD.
Where's he at? Where you at, Touch? You
Touch is in Canada. He got that hat.
On Canibus.
That was bad. That was a good answer.
We shipping a lot of shit to Canada now.
They beat him.
Word.
He's showing us up. But we appreciate you, Touch. We're gonna get that out to you too. I got his address, so we're gonna ship that too.
But the next we don't close the next time.
Make sure.
He didn't even name A+.
But you only had to name 7. I just said 7.
I know that. I was gonna name A+.
All those 12 inches. Okay. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all watching. We had to run late tonight because we started late. But we're going to be back next week, and we're going to get on early so that we don't have no difficulty.
Shop say he didn't type fast enough.
I said, yo, I got all those 12 on me.
All right, gang. We appreciate y'all here. We'll see y'all next week. We're gonna do a couple lists.
Fingers, Shop.
We're gonna do some lists next week. We're gonna do the R&B or the West Coast joints we were talking about. Chop said OPO, Casual, Dale, Tajay, Pesto, A+, J Biz. He's right. I mean, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh, he got 7. He didn't have to say. Oh, he did say Dale. You know what? It is what it is. It's about speed. All right, fellas. We appreciate y'all. TJ, good night. Show them the bottle one more time. What's the official sponsor for the night? That's it right there. Screwball Whiskey and Bel Air.
Bel Air.
Next week, we don't know what it's going to be.